Everybody missed my chemistry pun.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Damn.
Oh well.
Hello, everyone. Today is going to be a
Don't talk to them. They're here to observe, not to be addressed directly.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything cliche.
Are we turning this into like fucking Big Brother, where it's like we're not aware we're being filmed?
What? That's not the premise. I thought they had to very much be aware.
They
that
all
were...
do. They had interviews. Did they not?
yeah.
Well, what I mean is you can't just like be in Big Brother and turn to the camera and be like, "Hello, everybody."
I think they also do that all the time. I think they have to like give out shout outs. Just go, "Whoa!" Like I specifically remember them doing like at the windows and stuff. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
It's a show I've never had any interest whatsoever in watching.
Nobody says you did, but it's just, it was an experience we all had to live through.
The only shitty show like that I could think of that I actually thoroughly enjoyed was 90
Survivor?
Day. Survivor's good, but 90 Day Fiance.
Not Wife Swap?
God, all those are just so stupid.
I love me some Wife
Angry
Swap.
basement magic.
There was a magician who, the woman was a huge bitch, don't get me wrong. But she was like, you can't make a living with magic. People think you're a joke. You can't be a magician. And he's just like, I feed my family. It's a job that, like, I live in this house. My wife has to only work to help me. Like, we are living with magic. But she was like, because you have to follow her rules for the last week, because she followed yours.
Yeah.
She's like, no magic in this house. You have to get a real job. And he's just like, I have clients. I have people. I go to restaurants regularly to do stuff for them. Like, I can't just not do this. So he tried doing that, and then she couldn't because he had to do a job interview, which he clearly botched on purpose. And then he ended up just hanging out in the basement doing magic. Like, I'll fucking show you don't do magic in my house. And it's just like, just a man. By the way, he had a coffee cup, but he was clearly getting drunk off his ass.
Yeah.
And
Like at the end,
like,
it was just like, how can I piss this woman off?
yeah, exactly. She's just kind of like, she's like, what are you doing down here? And it's just like, nothing. And it's just like, oh my god.
I still love the fucking weightlifting, son. No weightlifting for a week. Come on, no!
No, I think the best line that came out of him was, she's like, she hasn't said a single nice thing about my body yet. And it's just like, oh my god, dude, chill.
I'm gonna see if I can get you a picture, Josh, because it's pretty transcendent what this kid looks like.
I love that the first fucking wife swap we watched, just for the fucking lols, made us get so concerned for the family we had to look the dude up to see if he hadn't killed his family. Like,
Oh.
like this dude was like, he would sleep until like noon.
Yeah.
I know that's not a problem for me, but what I do is just like, I don't go out anytime anybody makes a noise ever and yell at them.
Yeah.
But this dude does. Like, the kids are getting ready for fucking school, and he comes out and he's like, would you all shut the fuck up? I'm trying to fucking sleep up here. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's.
And he's also clearly cheating on his wife, because he's just like, I gotta go play tennis for 4 hours. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, sometimes he just is gone for a while playing tennis. And it's just like, he's clearly cheating on his wife, I think.
That was the dad that like just turned off. No, it was the fucking the family of people who ran a German restaurant. Towards the end of it, the father just turns off. He's like, yeah. And he's like clearly looking at his watch. I'm like, we only got 2 more days of this. I'm sorry, it's such a transcending show.
Well, I just love the fact that, I mean, I get it. She was just like, you need to sell. One of the rules she did was like, you need to sell the hotel. They live in the hotel / work in the hotel. And like, and he's just like, you gotta sell it. He's just like, I'm not doing that. That's my livelihood. But he was clearly treating his children like slaves. It's a great show, Josh. You gotta watch it. Horrible people. It's great. I promise we will get to D&D.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes just bring back the urge to kill. And I can't go there again.
Josh, where was that when you were supposed to be a fucking werewolf, Josh?
I
don't want to hurt anybody.
no.
Come on. That's what I gave you fucking claws for.
All right, Alex, I'll become the villain.
That's not what I meant.
Tell you what.
What?
You take my country and I'll put everybody in that stupid goblet.
Everyone, you said, John? Also, point of de-inspiration, you just called my goblet stupid. Stupid. What are you doing the honest, Josh?
How does de-inspiration work? Do you?
In a moment that I think you're doing too good, you get disadvantage.
I mean, does Mac have any of those?
Oh, dude, so many. Every time you forgot to do something you were supposed to do.
Oh no.
I was supposed to be keeping track of the bag? Like, yeah. Like the day after he left, that was like obligation 1.
Sorry, everybody. Stoff will not be joining us today.
I killed him.
He's dead.
Yes.
He's actually like in our basement as we speak.
This smear is that like ridiculously bright.
It's kind of bright. Why is it brighter there than it is over there?
I don't know. Well, the one on the right is what actually is being witnessed. So
Okay.
we think that's good.
Looks fine to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So as long as we're happy there.
I'm always going to look fucking translucent white.
Yeah. And I can always tweak it when we get on break. It's never perfect.
Fix it in post.
Hey everybody,
Wait.
we have a Marnie. Please subscribe.
So with most pressing matters handled last game,
Yes.
killing a big bad.
Yeah.
I know everybody's thinking retribution, but like I said a lot, Troy really don't give a fuck about most people. Everything's a tool to him. If you got yourself killed, you clearly weren't a very helpful tool. And besides, a man like that, he honestly believes he can get away with most. So, you all go to sleep expecting retribution. Hear nothing. In fact, no element of spies from either Crinch, Harrion, or anywhere else tell you that anything's coming. Nothing seems to be a sway. With that, you all we're going to do another one of the, Tales of Bossing say. Everybody has whatever they want to do for the day. If you all have nothing in plan that you want to do, of course I have other storylines we can jump into. If not, no pressure, because they'll just be applied when we are ready to progress. I talked to Brian last night. Stoff essentially will be taking Huck and Zagugaboo. Thank you. I thought it was Bagugazoo. I was like, no, it's Zagugaboo.
You don't say that too fast. You
I
may
know.
summon the devil.
They're so beautiful.
But he takes his family. He goes back to the home, the family home in the Redwood Forest. It's very clear he needs time to be in a universe where he can be with his family and not worry that the man is after him. And also, sort of realization, maybe not realization, but an acknowledgement of it's been 197 years for me, but for them, I've been the one that's missing. Because they've just woke up, essentially. He has a talk with the Evertree. If he wants to make the details of that public to you guys, he can if he feels like it, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Other than that, he kind of was just going to take a chill time, teach his son some druid magic. His wife is going to be casting Druid Grove and start casting that, because if it's one of those spells that if you cast it over the course of a year, it has permanent effects, and that's what he wants for his family. And just basically, that's going to get started now. while under the protection of the Evertree. So while he handles that, you all have your own storylines if you so wish to progress. Or, you know,
Yeah, alright.
I can force some stuff upon you. But remember, while you guys took your long rests, and while there was the kind of day of collecting information on like what's the recourse for our actions, and realizing that there really haven't been any, it's probably about 3 p.m. today. You guys have finished your long rest, gone through most of the day. Naslin has basically been working through the night up until this point, and still working on disassembling this person. But once he's done, takes a rest. Probably tomorrow he'll be ready to start putting it in ya. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gorback sticks to that.
Yeah. Hey. So that answers that question.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens.
Well, no. Who went where?
Yeah. Alright.
I think the correct term is butt puppet. Is that the politically correct term?
Penetration. There has been.
I don't know what you're rolling for when I said butt puppet,
Oh no,
but it
I'm
makes
sorry.
me.
Just my divination.
Don't
back
put
up.
him on there.
Yeah, you're gonna.
That is gonna roll them. You know what we need?
You have? What is this?
Well, I was gonna say. I forgot completely about these.
What is it? It's a dice gel.
It is. Damn. We're gonna do this because you haven't paid me, but because I just bought this, I was just like, yeah, if your dice are bad, you can put them in here. But I don't know. So like we could get like a glass like cover so they don't move.
Ooh, these dice are gonna do that a lot.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Like, you know, there's some weird chemical reaction
We'll find
happening
out
in my
which
car.
every day it melts in a different direction, just ever so slightly.
Alright, so this one and this one.
What? Just to get him out there, what are your divination die?
7 and 17.
That's easy. 7 and 17.
Alright. It's 3 o'clock.
It's okay if the thing you want to get up to is obviously the next day. Time is time for right now. You guys don't feel pressured to do anything. The whole world is now an active, cohesive unit with a whole ass army. You're but a strike force. The most effective strike force, of course. But, you know, not every time do they need John Rambo.
Not for every situation.
Oh, I mean, does Snake come onto the battlefield every fucking time? No.
No, they clone them.
You shut your fucking whore mouth! You don't need the queen to take every piece. You guys are the queen.
I do.
I like using the horsey.
I do like using the horsey.
I gotta say, nothing, because I love doing psychic damage to human beings, nothing is better than in a fucking professional fucking chess competition being like, I'm gonna move my horsey. And like, with no irony, as if that's what I've always called them.
Yeah.
Is that not the horsey? But then be good at chess, so it's just like, does this guy think they're called the horsies?
So quick tangent as well.
3 hours later.
I'm sorry, but so my nieces were down here in Florida, and I taught
You
them
beat
how.
them at chess?
I taught them how to play chess. And they're like, so what's this piece? I'm like, well, it's a knight or the horse, however you want to call it. And like, I'm going to call it the llama. I'm like, alright.
Fortnite.
Well, they have a lot of llamas on their road. There's actually quite a few llamas in New York where we used to live. We have some farms up there.
Is the atmosphere cohesive for llamas?
They're pretty fluffy animals.
Oh,
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's because they're like in the cold parts of
Yeah.
like South America. I didn't know if like
Yeah.
There were a lot of llamas in the north of England.
that makes sense. They're very.
Yeah.
They're sheep 2.0.
And
Yeah.
they like spitting at people.
Oh,
the English
God.
love that.
Oh yeah, it's petting zoo.
I always hated riding my bike by, and I was like, don't you fucking do it.
You can see fucking camels.
Yeah, I know, they can go.
They're fucking taller than this room, dude. They're fucking massive.
Yeah.
And
They walk with both on one side.
and then it's canted out to the side, so
Yeah.
they like when you ride on them, you fucking
They, like,
you
kick
literally
them up.
like yeah.
Are they the only animal that does that?
That's why we domesticate.
One of I think it's are them in giraffes? I think maybe.
No, do they? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen a
But
giraffe.
they literally walk like the fucking Bear Necessu.
Yep.
And it's just like, how do you fucking ride that across the desert? Well, I mean, it's either that or yourself, I guess. You get used to it.
So we
I had a massive truck.
A lot of them too.
37 tons,
Yeah.
12 miles to the gallon.
Yeah. I had bridges in New York that couldn't handle that truck.
Most of theirs didn't either.
Isn't it weird the mascot of cigarettes for the longest time was a talking camel?
Wasn't it fucking funny that you called it earlier when you said this was going to be a 3-hour-long tangent?
Oh, God.
Sorry guys, certain events in this world.
Happy whatever today is. So,
Hitler's birthday.
shut your... Why? There's always one.
There's always
There's
one.
always that fucking guy. Hey.
We've checked it off the list.
You just lost the argument.
Brian's gonna get home from work and be like, Happy Hitler's birthday!
Hey! And then instead it's like a reverse, like, hey! Yeah! Norm!
God.
the McElroy Brothers show, like, anytime Justin makes a joke like that, we have to do like a Norm. But he's just like, yeah, Norm! And it's just like, no, it's Norm. It's like, oh, it's just like, sad drunken.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yes.
What are we doing? It's 3 p.m. Someone's got to get their limbs shaved off in the coming days.
Is it me?
The fuck, it's you. It has to be a medium-sized creature.
I could
Somehow
see-
that ranges between human and Goliath and and Furbolg, apparently. But
I,
the
I,
joints cave
I
inward.
still love the idea of like putting all this on Mac and just be like,
Look, Brian. Look at the perfection I've achieved. Go to that
monster.
lady who likes you, that bard. Hey, babe, check this out.
and your eyes bulging out and everything.
It hurts.
I can see
cerebral
your
fluid?
insides.
Yeah. Well, you already have. You guys haven't asked Zergert yet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We're gonna. What do you think?
Spring it on him.
Zerger, we just pop down right in front of
It's
him.
3 p.m. You've had a long day. You haven't spent a long time strictly in the castle. So much of your time, like, hey, what's our next move? What's this? Is a lot of just lordship duties. Hey, what painting do you want where? Now that we've found you, what flowers do you want in your room? Like, we've just been on baseline mode, but we haven't had time to actually let you guys live in this house in a while. And they just kind of get you anointed with what, they show you around, do all that sort of stuff. But 3 p.m., lunch has been had, Zergert's about to finish his shift. He's, of course, guarding the wall, as he always does.
Do you know what you're gonna do? Because I have an idea.
Well, we're gonna speak to Zerger. I think we can
Yeah.
both talk to him about that.
Hold on, I want to hear, what did you want to do? Like,
Well, I meant like. when
so
we-
I got the chloroform. He wakes
Sorry.
up, what's happening? So we want to chop off your arm. What do you think? Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I meant like after the fact. Once we've had this conversation, I know what I'm going to like steamroll into.
Oh, okay. Well, let
Let's
that
get to
happen
that.
once you handle obligations.
Yeah.
Because he's, of course, got his eye he wants to get to.
You know, are we gonna role play the lack of anesthesia? Is that?
I mean, why would there be a lack of anesthesia, Josh?
I want to feel the pain.
Of
There's no
your eye
anes-
getting ripped out?
There was no anesthesia for my earrings.
You know, eyeball, earrings, both senses.
We can feeble mind you for like 24 hours.
That's some pretty good anesthesia.
And you're done. What? What happened? Nothing.
want a doctor in there? Do you do that?
Have you seen that the video, which is like the cut of like a salesman where it's just like, forget everything you know about, but they cut it off, it's like, forget everything you know, and the guy's just like, exactly. Let's talk to Zerger!
Zerger, we have this great idea.
So what did you guys do for D&D?
Not much!
We talked to Zerger.
So, the lead up though.
Yes.
You make your way through the courtyard. Farm's looking nice. Tended by Zergert, of course. You walk up the wall, as always, standing prime center position. At his place in the wall, the green thumb in one hand, the cape, sort of the sort of leader, lieutenant, on his back now, something that has happened a while ago, but not something acknowledged yet by you guys. Just standing out there, looking out, ever vigilant, as he always been ever since.
He's your boss.
I mean, I guess, but
Of course, you're both lords.
yeah.
Everybody wants all the lords that are available.
Oi, Zerger.
I'm Irish now.
No. Zerger, how goes your days lately?
Not really much. It's been quiet. Quieter than we've been expecting. But, I mean, not as bad as that first night, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was, I mean, that was quite something. You know, always glad to see you're still sticking around after all that, of course.
He looks and scoffs and does another quick scan and... Where exactly would I go? I got nowhere else to be.
That's true.
It's only here.
How's your training going?
There's always more to learn, but, we're getting there. I don't think I'm ever going to be as good as him,
You never know.
You don't know. You gotta.
but exactly.
Yeah.
Who knows what sort of things I'll be finding in my lifetime that he never found.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the mic just starts laughing, of course.
What do you mean?
I want that to be in universe laughter.
Yeah. So, we may have fought a super soldier of sorts, and we
Hold on. You
Yeah.
just said that like that's a thing, and I'm supposed to understand that.
Oh, well,
What is a super soldier?
so imagine like a person that was half human and half machine, in a sense.
Okay.
So we're in the midst of confiscating the machine bits, and they have quite a unique ability in combat. They would need to replace an arm and a leg to utilize them.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Mine? My specific arm and leg?
Or anybody's, really, but we just figured we don't really have anybody else that would make good use of them.
I mean, any kind of gestures towards you? I wouldn't be imposing, would I?
He's getting the eye.
There was also an eye, but
Oh, I mean, it's yours to give,
Of
so I
course.
don't really know, but
you know, there's only so many artifacts you can keep track of, you know.
there's only so many you can hold.
It would give you a very unique battle strategy that nobody's ever going to expect.
At the cost of half my life and limb.
True, as I'm playing with my regen ring as well.
doesn't have to be permanent.
So I take it off and I show.
So, let's be frank.
Yes.
What you're asking me to be is you're a super soldier.
I don't mean to put it like that, but
No, it sounds fucking sick.
yeah.
I'll do it. So long as the day I don't, I get the ring.
That was the idea. So you already know what this does.
Yeah, I've seen it in action. There's a few of them around. It's not specifically unique.
Yeah.
Turn into a werewolf as well.
What?
I just. I know I'm supposed to walk my own life and kind of take my own path. But I don't know if this is something that Tybalt would have. Sorry. That Tiberius. Tybalt is the fucking.
Yeah, I was like.
No.
Kill him.
That Tiberius, I mean, I know our styles were already different. He was so agile, and that I'd have to have my leg replaced just for the weight displacement. I want to know what he would think. And he just kind of looks out to the.
I think I know what Tiberius would want.
Just says like, you're sitting there, just like on the wind. You'd be fucking sick.
Nice.
What were you gonna say?
I think Tiberius would like would use that opportunity to protect his friends and family.
The only reason he would have passed was he was done. I'm just getting started.
Exactly.
Hey. Fine, I'll do it. Let your little man know tomorrow morning.
Sure thing. And one more thing. This armor served me well. And I think I'm shedding my scales. They've grown too small for me.
Whoa. You have scales?
The armor.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
Yeah. You get the reference, the metaphor. Well,
The leader of your chief, if I read the reports correctly, turned into a dragon. I didn't know if that was a newly gained ability by you.
oh no.
Still just a giant dog.
Giant dog.
He has a skin condition.
To grow fur.
Not to grow fur, but scales.
What?
I think he just said he didn't. Do you?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing.
Got it.
Anyways, I know rather large, but I'm sure there's got to be some way to fit this back down to your size. There's a cherry on top.
He looks at it and looks over to the forge, which is off and to his side in the courtyard. He's like, Maximilian sent some good ones over when he sent over those guys. Your guys' Serradium is a big find. Forging some of that stuff directly here was one of the parts of their conditions that they would sell off.
Right.
Outwards. So we have some of the council's best blacksmiths on site. We can get it fitted.
All right. And I'm sure you'll make good use of these gifts. You gotta.
Like you said, there's only so many things you can hold. The arm and the leg, is that two?
I believe it's one.
It's one.
I think it's all one piece because.
Okay. So that's one. This, and then I imagine the armor.
Correct. If you had something else in mind, I can understand.
I'm just looking forward to not having to wear thermals anymore.
Yeah.
I imagine it's not really the reason you needed it, huh?
No. Mostly till I've really grown to accept my past, which would be the barbaric ways of the Garliaths.
Garliaths?
Goliaths?
We are the Garliaths.
But,
Those are werewolf.
Garliaths.
Thomas, start doing the Benny Hill theme.
But, yes. Basically just a protection until I've learned to, get used to the ways of the barbarian, I guess you could say.
Well, like you said, if you're shedding it,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything I can give in exchange? I have some good lilies, maybe I don't know, assortment of fruit or vegetables, maybe. That's all I really have. Most of my money kind of is elsewhere.
Mac, I think we're in agreement that,
I think your fealty is worth its weight in gold.
yeah, watching you become a legend of your own one day is definitely gonna be enough for us.
Well, I couldn't do it without you, so I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I imagine it's gonna hurt like hell, though.
Oh, the thing, I'm hoping there's magic.
I'm gonna feeble mind you so you won't remember it.
Please don't. Couldn't you just modify memory?
Yeah, but feeble mind's a more fun
You
spell.
guys are quick to jump to the most offensive approach.
Yes, we are. You should have seen our last fight where we literally ran headlong into a sniper.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one where you killed the panther.
Yeah, that was also I just got into it. You know, you get into it and it just gets too.
Was it true that you did not at any point attempt to catch?
You ever get into a fight and it's happening and you're just going?
No,
And no.
I can't say I have.
Okay, Mac. But, Mac.
I mean, did you see? Yeah.
So
I shot that dragon like 3 times.
yeah.
Oh my god, imagine an arrow out of that hand now.
I imagine you could probably pull quite a greater bow.
Yeah. Interesting.
I like it. We need a bigger bow.
I think the blacksmiths might have something.
Is cerium a useful metal for something like that?
It's mainly just for automatically infused holy magic.
Okay.
But remember, a lot of the giants' leftovers were brought to the castle. Anything that was scavenged. There were bows that could potentially be scaled down. That maybe with enough force could be wielded by someone like that.
Oh man, I can't wait to see how big of an arrow you can fire with this thing.
I'm trying to do the math in my head right now, and I'm excited to attempt it.
Simple pleasures in life.
I am sure the doctor will tell me that I can't use it immediately, and that will be the biggest disdain.
Yeah.
But we shall see how far we can push it.
All right.
Good luck with your eye.
Yeah. We don't really know exactly what everything it does, but you know that's part of the adventure, right?
Let's just hope these robot parts we're putting on you guys don't actually, change your personality to be like the future man.
Like in Fallout 4, where you put the fucking chip from the cyborg into fucking Detective Valentine, so that you can project it and like hear what the guy had to say.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as you approach fucking Valentine, if you immediately approach him and talk to him, the cyborg guy's voice will speak through Valentine. It's like, "Hi, you thought you could get rid of me that easily? Well, I'm in here now and I'll be seeing you." And then never gets brought up or seen again.
Oh.
it's like that was cool. I'm gonna sure there'll be like a cool quest line where we gotta get, you know, kill Valentine or save him. Or, nope, just dropped entirely.
When was the first time Bethesda disappointed you?
The fact that their game's engine is specifically built in a way that you can never 100% complete a game.
Yep.
It's one of those like crumbling worlds where it can't sustain itself actively for too long, and
Yep.
bits of it just start breaking down.
Yep.
And eventually, time either progresses way too fast, stops, the weather thing breaks. Eventually, too many things will break that the game crashes, and that'll happen around the 200, 250 hour mark.
It's like every game has got that problem.
Every Bethesda game ever, because of their engine,
Yeah.
the way it's built. And it wouldn't be a problem if it was like a game like Doom, but a game where you have an infinite, almost, well, nigh infinite world, because the game will break before you experience it all.
I just hate how every Bethesda game you still see the same glitch of the humans swimming on land.
What was it, the fucking macro? It's like, you know, the Bethesda, you know, tagline, fuck this game right? Come fuck this game right?
I just remember playing fucking Fallout 4 and just the NPC I was talking to was like, see you later. He walks around. I'm like, God damn it!
We love to hate it.
Elden Ring is because of a Stake of America exploit, you can skip everything and jump right to the Radahn fight. You don't even have to wait for the Radahn festival. If you jump in just the right place, you can hit just the dirt. You have to like angle it perfectly. You can't land on a rock or a part of the mountain. Since that point where your character actually died is underneath the Stake of America for the Radahn fight, it'll ask you to fucking, do you want to go to the last point of grace or Stake America? If you pick Stake America, you're in the get to the point where you can't reach it.
Yeah.
But just except for that. And then you can also do that with Consecrated Snowfields. You can skip a whole bunch of stuff. You don't need to collect the medallions to get the secret lift.
Yeah.
You can just go to the Mount Top of Giants and jump off a place and then land down there. And it's like, Stake America? It's like, yeah, not only are you there, you're like right next to the area to get to the next area, so.
God, I love fucking adventure games like that where you just slowly.
Everything's good.
I just love how you just slowly find shit like that because you know everything's just a bubble radius.
So Zerger talks, you guys explain what will be available, what's being refitted, things like that, what they know. You guys go over that. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss with him?
I think that's it.
Well, I look forward to it. Next time I see you, you'll look different.
Yeah. It's gonna be relieving? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but
Interesting.
there was a point in my life where I just couldn't bear to look at myself. So this is gonna be freedom.
So now you'll be looking at yourself a whole new way.
Exactly.
Until then, it reaches out a hand for a handshake.
Mm-hmm. And I shake it back.
When you're all healed from your surgery,
Tomorrow.
you two should arm wrestle.
With my real arm?
Your robot arm. The new you facing Korvac.
Alright. Are you a lefty?
I am not actually.
Well, if you have a robot arm, I think it'll be easy to learn.
Yeah.
From what I hear, it has a mind of its own.
Yes. So yes, quite actually.
Fucking cut their throats.
He's just
Just acts normally and Stop walks in. He just lets Stop off.
Oh fuck, we forgot to strap him down. He was just being so polite. Oh, you got a fucking furball here?
Just racist.
That's the only
I
reason
was
why-
cool with the half orc, but I draw a fucking line. fine, dude.
That's why he attacked Stoff's family. He's just racist against fucking bugbears.
Alright. Imagine this whole back and forth took like an hour or two.
Yeah.
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 You guys make your way where? 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Dinner's about a 6:30 affair.
Imagine we're in the courtyard right now because Mac had something he wanted to do. And I want to hear it. So in character, why don't you tell me what that is?
Yeah, you're underneath the giant apple tree.
Yeah.
Your beloved used to make for you.
Yeah, and we.
And now it's being made lovely baked apple pies.
Yeah, but at the same time, we both had a moment climbing up the apple tree and cheating.
You cheated better.
I did.
I would be missed if me and my family slipped away for the night.
To do what?
Yeah. Spend time. I just want to spend maybe a night out with my family. Go somewhere nice.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Don't take your parents to the Temple of Sin. I know a nice, quiet spot.
This is where Stoff cheated on his wife.
Isn't it nice? No!
One day this will all be mine.
I love the idea of like next time we see it, it's just like a fucking quiet, like fucking just cocktail, just like a bass line. Yeah, it's really chilled out here. I really could not own a place where everybody was fucking all the time. Sorry.
I just love how Mac's mom's like arc has always been like, I hate everything you do, but you're successful.
I'm
You've
unbelievable.
done nothing I've wished, but you keep succeeding. Now I live in a castle, so
I'm unbelievably wealthy.
God, I do.
you keep falling upwards.
Oh God, I'm Bruce Wayne.
Your parents are both alive.
For now, you're not gonna create like a jester.
You're not a kid.
Wait a minute.
What?
Is his uncle still alive?
He doesn't have an uncle.
Oh, you can't be Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
Shit, we should probably one day roll for matriarch side of the family.
Yeah.
What was it, Thomas?
So you.
I was gonna slip away somewhere. I'm not quite sure yet. Somewhere nice, somewhere quiet, to just have a dinner with my family, maybe a picnic.
Like a growth stand or Privens or.
I don't know. I was hoping
We-
inspiration would come to me.
We haven't done too much exploring. We've only in Bismuth. I'm sure they've got some places. I mean, I've only been in Bismuth for the one festival that brought us all together
Robbery.
and robbery at the docks. Yeah, exactly. And of course, the throne room in the church. So I've been in a few places.
I love my favorite part about that fight was like I had designed a huge fucking fight where you guys fought your way through the streets and you're like, can't we just teleport over there? And I was like, fuck, yeah, right? Yeah, that makes more sense.
Could go visit Basco in the middle of the night.
Hey, wake up. Jesus! How are you?
No, do it after.
How did you get in here? You can teleport anywhere in the world I've been.
What if I was? Yeah, exactly. What
Basco's
What if
bad.
What if I was a werewolf at the time and just like heavily breathing over like
Just like licking him.
Cormac, is that you?
what large teeth you have?
No, you have to go visit Basco after you get the eye installed.
Oh, that would make. I can see Vasco whenever I want.
Oh God, God. Haha,
That is
it's the new phylactery of love.
It's like the greatest way to
The
torture.
stalker eye.
It's like the greatest way to torture. Like Basco is having like a romantic evening with a potential partner.
Your ass look extra thick in them pants, boy.
Stop using sending like this.
Cormac, into the room as a werewolf. This guy or girl has no idea who this werewolf is and why he's just teleported into the fucking king's bedroom.
What is this? Sorry, this happens sometimes. I have a jealous ex. Yes, I know.
God. Alright.
It's the king of the finger.
That's one of the active sitting members on the council that rules the country.
Yeah, I'm gonna break up with you, dude. I'm not ready for this, whatever this is.
He has one of the largest current standing armies.
That is true.
So I'm second place up to Bismuth.
Depends on how we would describe. Are we talking about large or are we talking about most powerful?
Oh, I see. So I imagine Bismuth has got more people.
One of the largest. Bismuth is technically currently larger than yours.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they really haven't done anything in a while. Except fight in their own city.
Mm.
And a lot of those numbers are getting patched up. However, most powerful fighting force currently is the Drow.
Mm.
You saw the fucking
Yeah.
Core Knights were fucking massive freaks of humanoid shape for that. They are monsters. You didn't get the full story about them, but basically, from what intelligence was gathered about them, they're basically monsters on the battlefield. Imagine Artorias. And they're all basically trained to be like that.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay. And they have a company of those soldiers, which is a lot. And then they have a normal, regular army. But remember, they're Drow. And this is a lawful-based society.
Right.
So they're...
Yeah.
Service is mandatory for the males.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you haven't done much exploring, but your Drow also doing that thing where they wipe out entire houses, and if you can't even manage to do that,
Go down there and find out.
it's true. We can.
Now.
One day we'll
We
go
have
down.
to ask for permission.
One day we'll go to Black Reach.
Yeah. Nobody likes Black Ridge. I gotta do the Nerd Route Quest.
Alright. Well. Yeah. You do that. I don't want to just vanish on our servants like that. They're kind of expecting us to be around maybe for at least a day.
Why do you find an obligation in a game where I tell you to not have any obligations?
Because, see, Cormac would wanted to
I'm
leave them
sorry.
like that.
I
get it, but you know.
As ruler of a fucking castle, the best thing you can do for your servants is be like, I'm going for the evening, and then leave. Because you know what they don't have to do? Pamper their lords.
Yes, but like,
Think about actual fucking lords.
yeah.
There are probably servants who do an entire fucking service in a fucking castle and not once saw their lordship.
That's true.
Fucking away 20 years on a fucking crusade and they only worked there 10 years. Like, you guys aren't there often, but
You're welcome to join me. You're part of my family.
you could bring your mother.
You can bring your mom.
I'm sorry, I'm not there.
Just came to me as a voice in my head.
And they were good friends.
What'd you say?
They were good friends. Are good friends.
Not anymore.
Oh, you. I didn't know you were coming.
Pouring it up, I bet.
Found any other men to fuck?
God, could you imagine?
Why is that? Aren't you faithfully married? What's the deal here?
He died.
He came back. Younger than ever.
Can I recall if there's any way my family has any form of teleportation magic? Because I don't think they do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have that.
History.
History. Fuck.
Josh?
5. One more roll just to find out. I see, he's fine.
One more best 2 out of 3.
He seems fine.
Okay.
It's testing, you know.
Josh, one of them is a piece of
You
shit.
just
And
gotta-
we're gonna find out.
You just gotta threaten him.
Believe me, I know about that. So,
So, that was a 5.
that's right. For some reason, I thought you were gonna do best of that, and I was just like,
That's not how that
that's
works.
not how that works.
Triple advantage.
It is a very low DC.
Oh.
But yes, of course they know fucking teleportation.
Everybody knows teleportation.
You have fucking shamans.
Yeah.
It's what spell level do you think it takes to get teleportation circle?
Oh, teleportation circle. 4.
5. You don't think there's a 5th level spellcaster in your fucking town?
I don't know. They huck rocks at each other for sport.
It's not canonically true. This will not become Tronton. But no, there's shamans, especially now that you have a fucking entire company of fucking soldiers dedicated to protecting you.
Yeah.
You don't think, I don't know, maybe this is gonna slowly become a headquarters? Things are happening without you.
Yeah.
You already noticed that the fucking village was slightly larger. It was you guys were very clear that you wanted to keep it as fucking traditional to what it was.
Possible.
Yeah. Even though you know you're supposed to be hermits slightly, but you know, you're shifting.
Yeah.
We're shifting, we're evolving maybe. One Goliath tribe, how's that gonna work?
Right.
But, as of right now, you got peoples, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You're a double lord.
Yeah, I know I'm a double lord. I'm really scared of going back.
We're like a France-England scenario right now. Whoever you fuck and marry is gonna...
Yeah.
Because those are usually 2 different people in those sorts of scenarios.
Kind of worried that I'm gonna go there and Bartok's gonna be there. Like, yeah, I've been doing things too. I'm like, oh.
You can have him killed if he bothers you that
What was
much.
Bartok's son's name?
Bartok's, Drayden.
Drayden. Yeah, Bartok was the next village over. The Drayden was his son. And then...
That's the whole reason why I've been okay with this so far. Eventually, Drayden's gonna be like, you can start doing cool stuff now in my leadership positions.
We drop a nuke on.
You're in charge. You can fucking point to him and be like, you.
Yeah.
I don't want you.
Yeah.
You can put him as lord of the entire fucking fingers. You can make him the head of his household. You're in charge of households. You, as long as fucking there are people in the house that can fucking ratify it.
How old is Bartok?
16.
That's old enough, right?
Ahead of his time.
Yeah. It's true.
You want to displace a man?
That's what I'm worried about.
But here's the thing. He was actively against you originally.
Yeah. Maybe he's changed his mind. Let's have a conversation with him soon.
Now we may know what you're doing. Are you teleporting them to you and then having what are we doing? Are we doing a double date? What are we doing?
Should send to them.
I could do it in person. I could use my once a day teleport and do it in person.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that? It's alright, right?
That's fine.
We did like a sort of like is it?
I was recalculating what my next move was going to be.
Oh, you wanted to go with?
Well, what I was going to do is I was going to suggest to Korvac while I go wrangle my family up if he wanted to go and, ask Big Mama to put together a picnic basket. I was just going to ask a servant.
Well, you could ask her. You gotta walk past the kitchen to get back to your living quarters. Unless you wanted to go do something else, am I not?
Well, I'm taking off my armor before I do all this. Let's just make that clear.
In the middle of the courtyard?
No.
Well, I mean, you already did it when you gave it to him.
I didn't give it to him. I was currently wearing it. It takes 15 minutes to take this off.
We said the conversation took 2 hours.
That's true.
And it's not like you're naked underneath. You're still fucking undershirts and stuff.
I still got my undershirt. I still got my pants. Still got my cool ass belt.
Yeah. Like a pirate. So yeah, if you go do that, like you can, unless there's something I'm missing here, when you walk back to your room where the teleportation circle and all that jazz stuff is, you just talk to Big Mama. Because you gotta walk past there to get to your family anyways.
Okay.
Tell me, if I do this teleport right in the middle of the courtyard, what does Max see happen? Because I don't. It's been a while since I've heard the description on how this teleport works.
Basically stamp the ground and
Yeah.
it's sort of like a,
Just gone.
yeah, sort of like a slight tremor shockwave through the ground and like a puff of dust. But a light one, not like a huge
So like down by the feet, kind of like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden you're standing in an unoccupied space, roughly where you want to be,
Nice.
as long as you've been there before. And that area is in some way
So I
protected to the ground.
I kind of knew that's how it went, but at some point it's just like in my head, I'm like, it's the blood chrysalis. I just.
Terminator 2.
Give me your boots, your bike, and your clothes.
As you are doing this teleportation, you are back in the center of your village, and there's a sort of woo, and then like an actual applause, and then everybody gets back to their way. Mark?
Bring me mother.
Oh, no. Don't chew anything underneath there.
It's all important.
You see a few guards are approaching you, but as they do before that, the blood chrysalis does speak.
Ooh.
When you have the time, make sure we have a word. A lot is coming up and a lot has happened. We should have a recap. But I think matters are... I was going to discuss it now, but it appears matters are pressing. And as soon as he finished saying that, a guard steps. Go back.
Yes,
Leader of the pack.
Yes.
I'm new here. Forgive me.
No, that's fine. We get it. Everybody's got to start somewhere.
I was told to send you to the chieftain's room immediately as soon as you were found.
Oh, okay. Does
An urgent, pressing matter from your mother.
somebody have sending? Or is this something that just happened?
She didn't want to worry you.
I see.
It's not... I can't say she's supposed to...
No, go ahead. It's fine. We'll go there.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
All right. So I fall behind the guard, deeply worried on what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, you get walked to the chieftain's hut. So, Mac, what is it that you wanted to do?
That's fine.
As I
That's fine.
As I walk towards my parents' living quarters, I do want to stop by Big Mama's kitchen.
Hey, sugar, it's been too long since you've been spending some time in my... I just finished baking up some cookies for the little ones. You want something?
Yes, there's two things I would like.
Well, she, gives you, a snickerdoodle cookie.
Three things I just take it.
That's right. Just 2 minutes out the oven. They say you're supposed to wait 5, but it's better when it's a little gooey. No, it's good, but it's the gooiness. It's like,
Yeah.
some people are like, no, you're supposed to wait till they're like, no,
No.
you want a gooey cookie.
Yeah, you do.
So, I'm planning on taking my family out for an impromptu picnic dinner somewhere nice.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to put something together? I know it's very short timing.
No, I'm not sure. I can do something like that. What sort of thing, just tell me what's your main focus, darling.
Well, this brings me to my second question, actually. I am kind of a bit stuck on thinking of a nice place to take them.
Well, there's, the meadow Vaughn always visits. I've got Babylon Brook, quiet, dark, you'll be able to, see the stars and whatnot. I know Cringe has that lovely garden. You'll have an active deal with Priven, so you could probably use their garden if you ask. Naturally, maybe. Bismuth has a few parks that are good, but I never been to Grove-Stand, but I imagine you've got some pretty places to be, sugar.
Just trying to think somewhere away from everything. Somewhere special, untainted.
I want to hear it.
It's that mountain that the fish made. Is that still all there and ready with a lake on top?
I would presume it would be.
Yeah. As long as nothing fucking happened to that. Probably pretty good, untainted, secluded area.
So I want to do two things. One, I want you to roll history to see if you remember that,
Uh-huh.
and then I want you to roll a persuasion after that.
Fuck.
So that's 16 on history.
No, you know what? I'll make it.
Use it. Use the 17.
What if I need it?
Is that your inspiration dice?
Yeah, no, this is for the persuasion roll.
You're bumping up the persuasion, but you're not bumping up the history?
Hembo. And I'll add, if it's okay, I'll add a d12 to my history roll. That's a 28 now.
What was it? What did you add to it?
It was a 10. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, you
it's
rolled
22 on my persuasion, 28 on my, no, sorry, 26 on my history. Who could forget dearest Marnie?
She looks over. And that's back, and then just thinks. Oh, what sugar? She hands you, no. When you think about going on your trip tonight,
Yes.
when are you thinking about going on
Oh,
your
sorry.
trip tonight?
Sorry, I thought that was a statement. My bad. I'm hoping to get, once Korvax wrapped his family up, probably within the next hour, get a little bit of sun still in the sky. You get me?
Wizard was sent to fill in for Vaughn. Well, I'll give him something. He'll be able to take you someplace extra special.
I'd really like that.
So long as that teleportation circle's up still, which should be, everything else should be overgrown. That whole area should be yours if you want it. No one should be there.
Where is it?
Oh, it's just a small, quaint place. You know the mountains at the under home over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a lot of fertile pockets hidden in there, away from everyone.
Ooh, it sounds lovely.
Yeah, no one should be bothering you there no more, darling.
She said it'd be to my death.
So, she asked you then, that didn't answer my question, sweetie. What sort of focus would you like on your meal? What sort of basket of picnic you want me to make, sweetheart?
I think good sub sandwiches with crusty bread.
I can put something together.
Thank you. Excellent.
Anything else?
Not at this time, but thank you. I appreciate you helping.
And how many?
Gotta get one for the rats.
How many dining with you? You, mother, father, Korvac's mother,
Yes.
and a rat?
A rat and a cat.
Anyone else?
That should be everybody.
Ah, let's go put some together now, Square Sugar.
Thank you.
Do familiars eat?
If they want to.
Oh.
Shut up, Jock. Technically, unseen servants in magnificent mansions aren't supposed to be seen, but you know, everyone ignores that rules because that's fucking lame.
I mean, well, the thing is, it's like, it's so easy to circumnavigate. You can see something so long as something's on it. Just put a cloak on it. Or,
Exactly.
Or glitter.
Face paint.
Face paint, glitter. Yeah. Dirt.
We dirty ourselves for our Lord.
So,
We go back. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we're getting to this point where Max just like, we're gonna set up a picnic, we're gonna do it in an hour, and I was just like, no, there's something happening.
So, we go back to Korvac. The doors swung open for you as you walk into the tent. Your mother's there, leading the elders of the tribe with Kaylin. And then as soon as you all walk in, an instant hush goes over the crowd. And everyone just starts walking out immediately, except for your mother.
Oh, just like that.
Yeah, let me switch the music here.
You're looking at the jail thing.
We torched the wrong village.
Look, we drone strike.
It's been a lot more resistance than we thought there would be.
Look, we thought it'd be a 2-day event, but
We had
we're
to-
week 3 into the incursion and we're millions in debt.
Yeah, practically genocide. I don't think we're the good guys anymore.
Look, our soldiers are starting to like have a Vietnam sort of thing.
Reginald and Regina are back.
What? I had a war
But stronger.
Apparently you sent them to Chuck E. Cheese?
We've gotta get out of here.
Those monsters!
Yeah.
Oh no, Marty.
Oh.
That's not gonna work. It's like they used to have a bunch of really good stuff, but then now it's just
So I think the bad ending for Korvac is if he becomes completely utilitarian. And it's just like, no, everything's just a resource.
The bad ending of Korvac. You're already there.
I'm getting there.
you look and you see your mother is already sedating, whilst everyone else was standing.
Mhm.
Korvac, sweetie, please sit down. We have something very important to discuss.
Is this the point where I take like one of the normal chairs just instinctively to sit across, or should I go for my actual chair?
Roll insight. Roll insight.
Well, that's pretty good insight. 24.
Close.
Close. Not across the table.
Very important.
Don't
to
sit
be
in the
close.
tiny chair.
Very important to be close to your mother right now.
Gotcha. I head over.
I wasn't expecting this. And this is very hard for me to... Sorry, it's not Max Bomb. It's very hard for me to say. I'm sure you can see by now that something's different. And I want to first apologize that you're hearing it almost last in the tribe. something has happened.
Is it Kaylin? Because I haven't seen her yet.
No, she was standing.
Oh,
beside
she was
you.
here. Okay, I'm about to say.
No, to me.
Oh.
Korvac. I'm with child.
Knew it. I don't know why. I'm like, this is where this is going.
And it would have been Tiberius.
Yeah.
And I know this is very awkward with everything that's happening around here with you, but at this age, you're going to have a little brother.
So I lean back.
I don't think my body at my age would have handled it, but I think being the powers that bestow upon me now, I think I'll be able to handle it.
Right.
But he will almost assuredly have our blood.
Right. Even though this happened before.
The blood's pumping in my heart is pumping in his, or hers.
Right. I feel like I gotta tell Zergert about this. You know?
He just leaves.
It just I gotta go. No, but this is amazing.
Oh, why did I have to tell Zerger?
He was a good friend of Tiberius.
Oh, I thought you had like promised him that he would be a werewolf or something.
No,
Sorry, my
no,
apologies,
no,
sorry.
no.
How are you feeling? I know you were the last one to hear about it. I just didn't want to send, and I also knew you were very busy, and this is something to discuss face to face.
I mean, I know I've been gone for like over a week now. So when did you find out then?
I had my suspicions, but about maybe a week ago it was confirmed. A week and a half, 2. It's tough to say for when you know for sure.
Right. So, you seem. Is this gonna be much of a burden on the tribe? You guys seem it's
No,
gonna.
of course not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to talk about heirs and lines and
Yeah.
this early, but it's your brother. It's not your line. It shouldn't affect it.
Right.
But at the same time, it's what having a tribe's all about. I don't need to lead it all the time.
Right.
There will be others, and the child will be brought up amongst the tribe as it should. You made that possible in multiple ways.
I mean, that's true. That's really. I'm glad for you, Mom.
I'm glad for you. You'll finally have a little brother. I never thought that was going to happen.
Yeah. Grew up a only child. Now there's more.
And now, you know, she kind of like darts her eyes around a bit. Maybe the line will go on now.
Oh. Mom.
I mean, I don't want to ask, but you know, you never talk.
I understand, but big hit.
I mean, I'm okay. I
Yeah.
just.
Listen, I had my thing with Basco, but I also may have had a fling with somebody in Sten's army.
Okay, now that I hear about it, I don't want to hear about it.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
it's possible.
No, I'm alright.
But no pressure.
Yeah.
The show will go on.
Fine, I'll do it
Well,
myself.
well, maybe now you're just biting my knee.
I love you!
All right. I guess that brings us to why I came back.
Yes. Is everything alright?
Yes, actually, Mac was thinking maybe we could have a bit of a little reunion, just a little dinner with the a group of us with his mother and Max Senior, you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I've got everything handled for the evening.
Oh, perfect.
Anything else? Is everything else alright?
Oh yeah.
Anything else new? Anything coming up?
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically me and her in here, right?
Yeah, everyone else left.
Okay. So, we went exploring in the north and may have gotten a very dangerous weapon that I hope we never have to use. But, oh, I will say, I will probably be getting an implant.
What is that, darling?
It's gonna be a mechanical eye. We got it off of one of our enemies.
Oh, good. This is sounding better already.
I'm sorry it sounds gross, but it did amazing things, and I can remove it at any point, and with the help of my blood and the ring I have, we all go back to normal. Eventually.
You're right. I mean, I can't get mad at you for being unnatural.
Yeah.
Well, I can think of many uses for that.
Yeah. I figured I'd tell you before I did it, so you didn't become
Won't
alarmed.
be scared next time I see you.
Because
Thank you.
your baby's face isn't going to be exactly the same.
I died when you were a child, and you woke me up as a man.
So I won't want to do that to you a second time, is what I mean to say.
I appreciate that.
Yes,
If there's
poor
anything
Becca.
else, you make your way
Yeah.
to the shaman's teleportation room. They take you back to the castle. Everyone have gathered. Want to do the picnic before or after the break? It's 8:12 now. We'll leave it up to you guys.
I thought you meant 8/12 IRL. Or not IRL, but in game. I'm like, that's really specific.
No, it's probably about 7.
Yeah. Now you want to take a break now?
I mean, I was thinking we could just keep on trucking.
Okay, let's do it then.
Alright, sweet. So, you end up going to a... Wow, really?
What do you think this is gonna do to werewolf farm? We're gonna have a robot eyes and all of that farm.
So you end up going to this random place for the teleporter. The runes were given ahead of time to the wizard currently activating the teleportation circle. And you're taken to a camp that looks like it exists out of time. It hasn't been in use in decades. But this stone circle stands etched to last a very long time. Teleportation circle. You can see kind of like mounds that look like probably were foundations at one point, but the earth is just over time swallowed up and overtaken. And then you progress forward after a while and you find you're on a nice meadow. It's very quaint. It looks exactly like you want, almost untouched since those places were here. With the exception of the fact that you're a knowledgeable man and know what that looks like. To others they could look like just soft mounds, and then it was just a teleportation device here. It's dense. There's lovely vegetation and fauna and flora and birds. It's quite nice. And the sun's setting, so the earth is that lovely orangish purple. You crack into the subs. Multiple servants came with you to help in the passing out and dishing out and carrying these. Well, no. You guys are bootstrapping. They don't need help with that. Just you guys. There are several large baskets. When you open up, you find out why. There's lots of wine. There's some rum. There's some fucking hard rum. There's some orcish grog. But there's several different the subs. There's like an antipasta sub with some like salami and black olives, all of that. And then you've got like a sort of caprese, just light, some fresh mozzarella, tomato, lettuce. There's like a collection of meats and mustards. There's bread, loose ingredients. There's figs. There's light sides. There's potato salad. There's a little bit of everything here, and it's just all collected and nice. And you guys start dishing out and put a blanket down, start eating. That's the scene. If there's anything you guys wish to discuss, the world is yours.
I think I have.
Well, people are picking out. Nobody's just taking one. Even if they're only eating half of one and half of the other. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of food here. Excess food here. Everyone was like, enough for everyone to have 3 if they wanted, basically. Big Mama made enough.
Because I have my familiar and I have Philip just chowing down on food in front of me as I'm eating a sandwich.
Philip looks up. I really appreciate this very much. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Philip.
This is very good. Everything you've been doing so far has been lovely, and I appreciate it.
Can I roll inside of this?
Go ahead.
6.
Yeah, good thing you burned that 17 earlier.
Yeah.
It seems legitimate.
Thank you, Philip. I appreciate that.
No. Sincerely. Thank you.
And what have you been doing well?
Kind of just skulking around the castle. Being taught stuff, day-to-day things, learning why humans do the stuff they do. Normal rat turned sentient being things. I'm sorry that this sounds uncomfortable. There's no non-jarring way to describe what's happening.
I understand. I saw that happen to Basco's pets. Friends.
You just said that.
Hey, I still got plenty of days before the charm wears off.
Hey, this guy. Then he just like double hand grabs a big ass glass of wine and just starts gulping down.
Dude.
And everybody's just like watching a rat just go.
Dude, it's the most like vivid thing. You could just see him walking in the rain hallway like, hey, what you doing?
I love that rat.
And what's my familiar doing?
Just nibbling. It's a cat, so like, you've got like, you put down a little bit of water, a little bit of wine as a snack, as a treat. It's a fey being after all. And then just a little bit of nibbins here and there, stuff for it to chew on. Not like it doesn't have a whole ass sub.
I'm just petting my familiar. And do you have a name?
Familiars don't talk, bud.
I know. I'm just asking, do you have a name?
Nothing happens. It's just purrs, makes some muffins.
What do you think I should name my familiar, guys? I apparated him the other day.
To my knowledge, you can make it be anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So probably don't limit the name down to something that belongs to a specific kind of creature.
And then your mother almost immediately goes, Mr. Whiskers!
I like it!
God.
your
Merciful.
your father's just like, Mac Jr.?
I can really see the fault of inspiration in your head, Dad.
Oh, shut up.
It'd be Mac the Third. New rap album coming
Mac
2020.
tonight.
No, I'm not. No.
more?
Macaroni.
But I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he could eventually be like a monkey or an octopus
Franklin.
or a falcon or something like that. Franklin?
He looks like a Franklin.
I don't think anybody looks like a Franklin in the olden days.
And there's, I mean, you can also become like a small dragon.
No, he cannot.
You cannot.
That's a warlock specific.
I didn't know that. I only knew one person who had a familiar.
He did not describe it very well, did he?
Yeah, that's basically one of the packs you can take, and it's basically like he gets the only familiars that can attack are those ones. Like you can get an imp that like has his own turn of like doing DPS and stuff. Like that dragon was supposed to stick around him to give him, as long as it stayed within 15 feet of him, he got resistance to all magical effects. He used that 0 times.
Yeah.
When he kind of thought it was a bunk thing, he's like, I just use it for its action. He's like, I don't get why I have this special one. I'm like, and I kept telling him, you gotta get it close. And he's like, well, it's weak. I'm like, yeah, dude, all familiars are. It's 25 gold. Who gives a shit? You guys are thousandaires.
Were we then? Yeah, maybe we were a little bit.
Marnie's
He wasn't spending money at such an extreme that 25 gold a pop isn't too much to ask.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. So, Mom, Dad, what have you been up to?
Mainly reconnecting, honestly. Your mother looks like it's weird. It's weird. Like I had to. It's so much that you know that's happened that someone that you'd expect to be there every day in your life doesn't know about. Like so much about Normir, you know, Harrian's upbringing and becoming king of Bismuth. Just all these pivotal moments in like life that everybody knows and talks about that he, your best friend and partner, wasn't there for.
Yeah.
And it's jarring, honestly, to be like it. It's, but I'd rather have that than anything else. And you know, punches you on the arm ever so lightly, and it's just the experiences you have in a life like ours, huh? You know, it's nice to just get out here and have it be quiet ever so often, but the places you'll be, you know.
Exactly. Gotta cherish every moment.
Yeah.
Because every new day is a blessing.
You never know, you'll be locked in some sort of time stasis. Or killed and almost unbring a back bowl. Bring a back bowl. Too much wine for me.
Yeah.
But you can't worry about such things. Because I
No, you gotta live. You gotta live. Like you taking on your new job. When's that happening, by the way? That's gonna be serious dinero.
World?
Lord of a mine and running to hot clubs.
Yeah. World saved first, though.
Can't run a club without a world.
You wouldn't have the patrons.
Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah. But you need the money to help the patrons. When the time gets rough. Gotta be there for the people. People need morale boosts just as much as they need food and water. When they've given up hope, they got nothing else left. That's what a bard's all about.
So maybe I've been drinking a little too much, but maybe are you like kind of referring to the idea that this new business that he's got to obtain to make a bunch of money, then shit goes bad, he gives back to the community. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what most businessmen do.
I was going to open up
You gotta make sure your community is thriving, because if a thriving community doesn't exist, nobody's gonna be celebrating, are they?
Oh, something about the Temple of Sin running like a soup kitchen. It's kind of weird to me.
It's just a name. It's just a name.
I know. It just is funny to me. That's all.
I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just a little funny. So, Ma, gonna make an announcement?
Ooh, I like announcements.
Well, sorry.
Doesn't need to be that much of a secret.
It's her body.
Doesn't have to be that much of a secret, Ma.
Come on, Ma.
Tell everybody.
Ma, if you don't,
Who
I'm
you
gonna
been
be like...
Well, Korvac's gonna have a baby brother.
Ooh.
Oh, Tiberius. Yeah, that's right. Are you gonna be okay, dear? And she kind of puts her hand on it. And is a little supportive. She's like, I got a community, a tribe. They weren't really there for me, but they will be there this time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And she looks back to Korvac.
Yeah, they will be.
They will be.
I'm gonna come back with a fucked up eye.
If I fucked up by, if anybody looks at me weird. No.
We'll make sure of that.
Are you excited to have a little brother?
Yes.
Max,
Or-
like,
Sister. Whichever.
Max Senior goes, is he gonna be like you guys?
Presumably, which is kind of exciting to find out how that's gonna work.
That your mother immediately goes, that first full moon's gonna happen for a toddler?
Yeah.
Not a toddler, a baby?
Yeah.
It'd be like a puppy.
Well,
I hope.
here's the thing.
Well, baby Savar races really take a long time, but most animals know how to walk and take care of themselves almost immediately.
That's kind of where I'm wondering where, like,
Oh God, that's gonna be a nightmare.
is it gonna just instantly be like that, or is it gonna look like kind of be into a form akin to the baby? So, like, small little puppers. So I don't know how it's gonna work.
Fully grown werewolf.
Hello, mother.
I'm Borvac.
I think we'll deal with it as it happens.
I almost think it's almost easier if it's small. You know, it only has to do with that one time.
It brings us to our next question.
Hmm.
My next question. What's next? Who should we, if we're not making them this way, and she bets or something, how are we going, when should we, who should we?
Who should we? When should we? How should we? Yes.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, you seem to have things a lot more under control than we did.
Hmm.
And then I worry that our bites might be a little bit more contagious.
Hmm. Yeah. About that. I guess that really means we might have to be very strict with how we handle our enemies. And it might sound cruel, especially since we're just eating at a picnic, but maybe be really strict with the no survivors rule. If we
Or
get,
just no biting?
or no biting, if possible.
I mean, the claws typically do the trick.
Yeah. Then, as for our own,
Do we trust the council?
I was thinking
Drayden? Sten?
Sten, I can see.
Go Bartok?
I don't know about Bartok. Haven't spoken to him in a minute. How's he been?
Tense.
I bet.
Not talking a lot. When he does, it doesn't sound... It sounds tense.
Is he worried or?
How would you feel if a tribe you were gearing up to take over and steamroll and not only take out, but after they suffered one of their biggest crises in their entire tribe's history, taking advantage of a horrible situation. And through a sheer stroke of dumb luck, one of those members of that tribe basically became a god. That's pants-shittingly terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you willed it, everyone in that tribe would be murdered. And in fact, honestly, it would get a lot of people in line. And there are some hardliners that would respect it.
Right.
I'm not saying do it,
Right, of course.
but he knows that you could get away with it.
Mm.
His entire line, family, tribe. If you wished it dead, but sadly he knows you're not going to, which makes you the better man, which defaces him in front of his own people.
Maybe I need to put in perspective to him to ease him a little bit, but Drayden is a talented young man. He needs to realize that too. He probably does. He needs to know his family holds value with us. Maybe I should speak with him.
Does Drayden need to know that, or does Bartok?
I would think Bartok, Drayden, I would hope, has the wherewithal to know that his talents are useful.
I'm just saying. Max Mother goes, oh, enough about politics.
Oh, that's what the humans... That's politics. Oh my god, I'm doing it.
Do you have a name in mind?
We're not 100% on whether it's a boy or a girl yet. We think it's a boy, but I wanted to give it some time to think.
Imagine a very speedy Goliath, or half Goliath. Have we ever known a half Goliath?
There's been half Goliaths. Sometimes a human, sometimes an orc. But people bet with Goliaths. Sure.
I'm certainly having a lot of fun with that familiar of yours.
It's great, isn't it? And I pick Philip up.
Hey, what's happening, partner?
Just start petting him.
Yeah, it's the good stuff. Hand me that small crumb of cheese there.
I put the cheese up like
Yeah,
this.
and he just grabs it like a small handful of hunk of cheddar and just starts nibbling on it. Yeah.
So Philip, since you've had time to grow within the castle, would you like to start joining me on my adventures?
I'll be honest. Some of the stuff you say sounds really fucking scary. I'm not sure I'd survive out there, frankly.
I'd protect you with my life.
Yeah, but like, you know, sometimes you float around like underwater.
Well, you'd be perfectly safe.
How?
I can guarantee it.
How?
I wouldn't ever put you in harm's way.
I understand that, but I just want to know in that one particular scenario, how would I survive that?
I'm sure there's a spell that would protect you. And worst comes to
Yeah,
worst,
but like,
I could
shouldn't you know?
worst comes to worst, I could just resurrect you.
Oh God, please no! I just came to fact that I have sentience, let alone that I can, inevitable terror of dealing with my own mortal coil. Please, please.
But there is no mortal coil because I could just bring you back.
Your father, just a huge hunk of ham and cheese. I would just steal it into that too. Like eventually that'll stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to see the world.
Your mother goes, yeah.
Tiberius.
Yeah, there is.
We're both like awkwardly like.
But then you get to go to like cool rat heaven.
Cool. I'll be all alone.
No? What?
Where would that be?
Cool rat heaven?
Who else in your brain is going to cool rat heaven? How many other awakened rats are there, do you think?
if you go to the same place.
that also make it into heaven.
Well, don't worry, Philip. We'll go to the same place together for the rest of eternity.
That's what I'm worried about, kid. That's what I'm worried about.
The God I worship, he never sleeps. Just 24-hour party.
That sounds alright.
How would you like to go to a place where
Go on.
there's always a big hunt going on and it's just never ending?
You realize I'm a rat, right? And
So-
like usually the bottom of the food chains in most of those scenarios.
Yes, but like, think of the accomplishment if you were the hunter.
I mean, we're ready now.
I'm still a rat. I have sentience, but like gives me shit compared to a bear.
We can enlarge you.
I'm still a large rat against a bear. It's designed to kill.
You're designed to kill.
I'm really not. Honestly, I'm really not.
If you can't use your body to fight, then use your brain to fight.
I thought he was supposed to be the smart one.
I am the smart one. I'm giving you legitimate advice.
Yeah, but I still have to move around as a rat.
That hasn't stopped me. I mean, I'm not a rat.
Your mother like spits out her wine. Jesus, Matt! Do you think you're a rat?
No, but I'm a little guy in a world of...
Yeah, but you're nimble with opposable thumbs and a long arm. Look at my little nubbins. I can't flip a switch, wield a sword. I can maybe chew through a rope, so long as they stand exactly underneath the pulley system I've devised and somehow tied up.
You could be the world's greatest thief.
How am I fucking picking a lock?
You could eat into the fucking chest. Stop fucking yes-handing me.
You keep making broad claims with no backing up, and everyone's supposed to just take the ball.
You're supposed to be charmed by me.
Believe me, this is.
Oh my god, this is actually pretty good entertainment.
Think about you'd get to be with three of us every day.
Which three?
Me, Korvax, Stoth,
He points to the familiar.
and my familiar.
See, that's what I'm worried about. I'm gonna be that fourth guy.
You're,
Sorry,
not,
them the rat. That's what I'm worried about. I'm gonna be that fourth guy.
you're not the fourth guy. You're my special boy.
All right. I'm just saying. You know, when you big people are running around, I'm a little guy to you. I'm a little guy to you.
And I'm a little guy to them.
Yeah. But I'm like a new little guy that's even littler. I just don't want to be like, you know, all right, guys, let's jump into the lava. And, you know,
I've never jumped into lava. Yeah, make him do it.
But he's got a point. He'd be the new little guy. You'd be like the third wheel or something.
no. I'm not saying I'm going to take over for his status as little guy. What I'm trying to say is,
I do need a replacement when I die.
I just don't want to be forgotten in some pocket and it's just like, oh, we've been underwater for 10 minutes.
I imagine a rat can't hold their breath for 10 minutes.
Can you? Okay,
But I don't often swim underwater either.
I know.
For
But
the most part,
as they said earlier, like, you know, you don't often die every day, but that seems to happen a lot more often
when
in our
shit
line
gets
of work.
dangerous, you can just stay with our crew.
Alright, I just figured everything was dangerous all the time.
But we do a lot of other stuff, like sometimes we, go on adventures where we, study things and explore and go beyond where everyone has seen to places unknown. You get to see the world with me, Philip.
Yeah, as long as there's cheese and stuff, yeah.
Absolutely, there'll always be cheese.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. My middle name is Cheese.
What's that?
My middle name is Cheese.
Her middle name
Philip Cheese Speedwagon.
Yes, it was right.
We still haven't named my familiar yet.
I thought we were calling it Whiskers.
I mean, I do like Whiskers.
It's gonna be weird when he's like a fish.
I know. It's gonna be catfish.
What does it have to be?
Joseph.
Jotaro. Josephine.
He's just always giving that like Asian glare. An anime that.
Kanji.
Zeppeli.
He died!
I have no creative bone in my body.
Philip. Sleep on it.
Yeah. The first thing that comes to my mind tomorrow will be my familiar's name.
That's an interesting pick.
What?
That's an interesting way to do it.
As long as I don't wake up and be like, male and
Shit! Well, what do we deal with that? You know? But I hope it's not the name of your nemesis.
Well, as long as he doesn't do that weird dream thing again. I'm sure it won't be. But now that that's subconsciously in your head, it's probably going to be, I think.
Or you could just not do it.
Is there somewhere, an adventure you'd like to go on, Philip?
Not particularly. I'm still learning about the world. I don't know what to ask for.
I mean, there's a lot you don't even know about me, Philip.
Exactly. That's
Like,
what I'm talking about.
Like, I can summon a horde of rats.
I think you knew about that.
You know, earlier when I was worried about not feeling special enough, and now you can just summon a horde of them
You are
and
special.
instantly devalue me?
Horde was kind of a shitty term to use. I can attract rats in the area to come help me. I'm the rat.
Is that how you got me?
No.
Roll a deception check.
What is it? What even is my fucking?
Wait, did
deception?
you hunt him or did you use the spell?
I just asked Crench. Hey, can you?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. He got him from the.
So yeah, that's not a deception check, I guess,
Okay.
because you didn't use the spell.
Because you wanted a special rat to command them. For some reason.
You are part of Crench's special group
A
of
special
animals.
group of rats? Do you mean feed rats?
No. You
Now
are-
you can make a deception check.
I'm gonna burn a lucky roll on that one. Actually, let's use a
We're
different.
going into combat, guys.
You want to put something in here? Is that one being bad?
They're all being bad at the moment.
You gotta teach them a lesson.
Another lucky one. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Do it the blue one. Do the blue.
Put the opal one in here. They gotta learn a lesson. You'll come out after the break.
No.
See? Put them both in there.
All of them. Oh wait, he's still adding to it though.
Well, we know it's a 9.
Oh.
21.
See? I gotta learn. Look, I don't need to be talked out of where my position was currently in the food chain, okay? Just let nature take its course. It will happen. Just let it happen, alright? Please. You don't gotta tell me how special I am.
Start rubbing his belly.
There we go, that's the stuff.
Nice. My Basco liked this.
Yeah.
Fatherhood.
Max Senior. So what's the next move, boys?
Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Big moves or
Like your eye in the morning, from what I hear, right?
my eye in the morning. Zerbert's also got a surgery to go through.
I imagine his will be a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yours will just, from what I can tell, they're just removing your eye.
Eyes.
And then the other one, they're just kind of jamming the thing in there.
Yep. Oh.
Here.
That's what it is. Yep.
Wait, ready for that, kid?
Yep.
Your mother's like, I'm sorry, that's what you're doing?
Listen, I was a bit squeamish about just getting these earrings in, so I hope I can make it, but I'll be fine.
The blood crystal's like, think of the advantage.
Yep. Always think about the advantage.
I look forward to the adventure. The thrill of the hunt.
Of course. But, of course, yeah, I'm too curious. I need to know what this thing does.
And I can help with the pain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've been keeping some morphine. You drank the blood of someone who was on some serious opiates once. And now I'm releasing them back to your friend.
Dude, that's crazy.
Think about all the AIDS he's
I was just saying, can I just inject people with terrible diseases?
I once took someone with the bubonic plague's blood. Enjoy this.
Stab.
Your blood is now 90% bubonic plague.
You have AIDS now. Oh God, what's gonna happen to me? You'll die in like 20 years. Oh God!
You have 3 tumors somewhere in your body now.
No! Dude, this character just got so grim.
I need to learn Cancer Ray, a spell that doesn't exist.
If only there was a dancer ray spell that you could just ring of the grammarian.
I had to think about that for a second. I was like, Dancer Ray? Is that a spell?
No, that's why I said if only.
Lancer Ray.
Shut up. So,
Yeah. So a couple surgeries, depending on how those go. I need to speak to Bartok, and I'd like to see what's going on with the tribe of late.
then Mac Senior goes, hey, do it after the eye thing. That'll really put the quiver in the shiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, the shiver and the quiver.
Yes. Shiver in the quiver. I like that phrase.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Shiver in the quiver. So it's like, does that kind of like rattle because the arrows?
Kid, I'm really drunk and I just made it up off the cuff.
Yeah.
Just, take it.
So am I.
If it's yours.
I like it.
But just, do your thing, handle it. Just don't get into a scenario where you gotta be in charge and you don't know what that thing can do. That's gonna be important.
Oh, maybe I should test it out a bit.
Oh, of course you should test it out a bit.
I just kind of want to get to bed now and get this done. I'm really excited about this thing.
I want to see what Vaughn's doing. He seemed pretty hyped up for whatever he was doing.
It was a little uncomfortable silence. Didn't seem well.
No. From what the vibe I was getting.
He seemed almost possessed, his mother said. Your mother said. It's not. He's a strong boy, but I'm worried about him.
Happy.
Your mother. Sorry, what happened?
Oh, Vaughn realized he needs to recover something from the late,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He has told us that he did one thing with the body, but that's probably not necessarily true.
What do you mean?
How he disposed of him.
Oh, he just dumped it out of a boat, but you don't know where.
Exactly.
Probably in the Shattered Sea.
Yeah, I believe that's where he told us, but,
It's a big sea.
so
What
this...
is it, Mac?
What?
It's just see, I'm thinking about the fact that at any time we could go resurrect Zaris, and we're like, no, why would we do that?
If you can find his body.
Chase Vaughn down, you'll, be left there.
Think Vaughn's looking for the body or looking for the item?
I know, might not be in the same place anymore.
No. It's been several months at the bottom of a sea.
Exactly.
He's using fucking locate object.
Yeah.
He's not looking for that body.
A corpse is technically an object.
Yeah, but there's no reason to locate it.
Yeah. So that's all we know he's doing, and he's very much
Adamant.
about it.
Yeah.
Something about
How's Tamerlan seem to be doing?
Better. He's actually been, really helping fill in for old Vaughn. However, Tamlin's got to make sure he still maintains guards. So it was nice that Maximilian was able to send an additional court wizard to handle the day-to-day.
And how's the new court wizard getting along?
He's an odd guy. Not too much about him. A little quiet, a little bit of a bookworm.
What's his name?
I didn't get it. Something with a C.
I feel like it's somebody we might have known.
Somebody with a C, you say?
Yeah?
What's the name of the guy in the library? Is it him, or is it somebody else?
What library?
The great library in Wasalama. There was a guy there we met. There's a few wizard-esque people that we might have bumped across and couldn't be this person.
There's also the evil wizard named Clayton.
Just Clayton. He's got a
Clayton
very
is spelled with a K.
Okay, but he's
Oh,
got.
thank God.
He's also got a very distinct look.
Were you worried it was Clayton?
I was like, motherfuckers are never
Here's
home.
how I get back at them. I put 2 weeks worth of good work into keeping their castle functioning, and then I leave.
mentally ill.
The Clayton has a very distinct look, if I had to remember.
I was like, it's such a fucking shit-eating thing. I'll sneak into their castle and mess things up. They're never home.
Yeah, I'm the new wizard. Yeah, sure, whatever. Get in there.
Oh, is he?
No background checks. Yeah, all right.
Maximilian sent me. That's a name I've heard before, sure. No, it's nothing like that.
Thank God. Well, then we'll have to just go back to the castle and kill this guy.
I'm your biggest fan.
No.
You take your time. You eat some subs. There's a little bit of soup in there as well. Drink your wine. The sun is set. The stars are out. Is there anything else you guys like to discuss before the night is ended?
I think that's it.
All right. We will take our break. If there's anything else we'd want to do first, and then we'll get back to it.
Yep.
All right. Let me run the ad, but you can go ahead and do the be right back thing.
We'll be right back.
What are you thinking for food tonight, gentlemen? Wow. Sound is live, by the way.
What? Sound is live.
What?
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 You think your dice have spent enough time in jail?
No.
Alright.
Can't do the crime, can't do the time.
Precise Mundo, if you don't mind, sir. And then you're up next on the menu.
Yes.
So,
You can get one thing.
One thing.
and I mean rice,
That's it.
black beans, romaine lettuce. I don't think it'll actually let you do that.
Just an order of
Like a salad bowl of romaine lettuce.
Oh, that's.
I think it requires you to have rice. It requires you to have a protein. It requires you to have a black bean. You all have a lovely rest. You spend time. You have a little bit of tea, after-hour cocktail, after your picnic with your family. Reminiscing, telling stories of childhood. Your mother sharing it with his mother, Korvac. Discussing baby names, plans for the future with your tribe, where to go next. Then you eventually all find your way to your bedchamber. And eventually, the next day arises.
My eyes just burst open.
Seymour. That is the cat's name. Seymour.
God.
Why?
I like
Seymour!
Don't ruin it.
That's what I'm here for. Remember when I did Hey, What's Up, Smooth Skin?
No, you changed the outcome of Stomp's storyline irreversibly with that one gag.
You want to give me a name like Gazuzaboo? Well, welcome to Bugbear Actual Speech, bitch. Should have called me Phyllis or some shit.
Are you okay?
It's easy to tickle his fancy.
I miss Brian so much.
He's just been gone for like a session. You saw him last night.
He's my favorite New Yorker.
Josh is right there.
I know what I said.
And Italian.
Well, Josh is also German.
I'm also German. I'm not. I say I'm full-blown American. USA! But, supposedly Irish, Scotch, Welsh, German. It's a fruit salad in here.
It's a fruit salad here, too.
The entirety of my genetics. I'm the whitest man possible. Northern England is the entirety of my genetics.
Wow.
I was about to be like, dude, how do you have 2090? And then I was just like, oh, you're getting the tortilla, you're getting the chips.
Yeah.
You're not getting any queso? You just got chips?
Yeah, I just got chips. You can add queso if you want.
Alright, I will add that.
So, if I had to remember the genetic lines here, be Italian,
Genetic lines.
Sicilian, German, Irish. There's probably a little bit of French in there.
No, I did not say double. Jesus.
There's definitely some
No.
Scandinavian in there.
No French, right?
That's what I'm worried about, man.
I'm worried about.
You a DNA test?
Oh god.
Understood your DNA test finds out Josh isn't playing our D&D game anymore.
So I'm like a stereotypical Frenchman.
Oh, guess what I found out, gentlemen? I will tell you in the form of mime. Get out, Josh.
That's who I am.
I fully accept my case.
Michael just shows up to the house one. I'm sorry, everyone. Josh has lost it. He's turned into Mr. Mime.
Hey, why do we collectively, as Pokemon fans, think Ash's mom fucks Mr. Mime?
Because Mr. Mime was very fuckable.
Is that an oak?
What?
Oak.
What is he? Wood hard? Like, what is the joke here? I don't understand what you're getting at.
Literally, Ash would come home sometimes during the anime, and Oak would be just sitting at the table.
Okay, but what does that have to do with Mr. Mon fucking her?
I'm just saying.
Are we saying that just the mom is so easy she'll fuck anybody?
It was first the Machamps, then it's the mime.
Hold on, when did they fuck with champs? I don't remember this.
They moved in. Well, I mean that's not part of the anime, I suppose, but that's like.
Was that a special video you watched,
No,
Josh?
that's the
On
game.
Newgrounds.com.
Isn't that how she moves into the game, or am I thinking of a different one?
Oh my god, my champ moving company, that's brilliant.
It's what they do. Like the Machamp Movie Company was at least in the 3rd gen.
And never again. That's also like the only Pokemon game where you canonically have a dad that exists.
It is. And he never wants to be home, and you have to basically like, hey Dad, I'm here to challenge you. Nah, you're not good enough.
Fuck
Come back
off.
later.
Josh,
Fuck
I
off.
was at the comic book store and we were talking like bullshit, weird Pokemon shit.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about where Mew is, and they were like, "Oh no, you can only get in like in special events." And I made the joke, "Well, we all know where you can find Mew. She's underneath the truck by the SS Anne."
Yeah.
And they were like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "That's the one like myth everybody thought was real for the longest time."
Right.
That was even before Missing Number.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "If you get push and then clip into there, you can push it,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Mew under there, dude."
I mean, it was like the only vehicle in the whole game, right?
Yeah, everybody's like, why is that there? And it's just like, I don't know. That is the problem with video games now. Anytime I see a piece of unique texture, I'm always like, why?
What's there?
Why?
It's like back with the old hand-drawn cartoons, where it's just like, this rock is shaded slightly different. It's probably going to move.
It was like, this is clearly its own unique texture. But I like when they like take stuff and then like, you can tell that they're like, we wanted to do a unique thing, but we didn't want to make a new thing. Like in Bloodborne, do you know that the chandelier in the fucking Bergenworth Asylum, not Bergenworth Asylum, Bergenworth College, is actually one of the fucking tiny candelabras that's all over the place, but just scaled up large and then hooked to the top of the fucking roof.
And it still looks good.
It looks fucking perfect.
I love that kind of shit.
Oh, BT Dubs, you found the ancestral head in Elden Ring, right? It's in the
The
part by Nocturne.
Yeah.
It's like you
It
shout out
squirts
the magic
the
and
blue. Yeah.
yeah, it squirts the blue magic like the elk people use against you.
Yeah.
Did you grab that? It's in the you have to jump into the catacombs that's in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use the horse to jump into the thing. If you didn't grab it, it's easy to miss. It's very easy
It
to
is.
miss.
I didn't grab it.
Yeah, because it's very fucking good. Because if I'm not mistaken, it scales with intelligence, and it basically just scatters flame, and it lingers on the ground for like 6 seconds, and it just destroys most things.
It's an infant's head.
Yeah, and if you use their headdress, if you farm for their headdress,
It makes it stronger.
It makes it even stronger.
The
Yeah.
most useful time I saw that at the top of a volcano in where Volcano Manor is.
Mm-hmm.
There's this ladder that goes all the way up to like the highest point where there's a boss.
With the falling Serpy.
So this guy invades. He's up there, and the people trying to get up there are on the ladder. But it's like one of those situations where if they're on the ladder, I can't get them. They can't get up here. So it's a stalemate. So he just takes out the head and just pours it on them, and they just fall and die immediately.
Another speedrun hack I learned.
Oh.
If you take if you take grab damage currently, you are invulnerable to any other type of damage,
Yeah.
i.e. fall damage.
Yep.
So basically you can use the zombie grab to just fall down to any point in the game.
Yes.
So you can skip all of Raya Lucaria. Basically when you're in that first graveyard, has zombie grab you, take you all the way down to the bottom of the well, ride that up, and then you're already in the final part.
Fantastic.
Even though the completionist in me is just like,
I will kill everything I can.
You gotta get this eyeball in you, bud.
yes, let's get back to business.
Yes.
The morning of.
Yep.
A rap at the door.
Mm.
You open it and Naslin and Crunch.
Ah.
Well, It's time, kid.
Yeah. Yep. Let me just wash my face real quick. I'll be right back.
I mean,
Let me go look at my eyes.
we're
one
gonna
more
we're gonna
time.
do that.
I just woke up, guys. Let me put on my shit.
Dead man walking.
Just meet us up there, all right?
Yeah.
Crunch kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and just like, this is gonna be fucking cool.
Oh, I know. So I guess gonna go to. I imagine there's like a basin, right, in the mirror in my room. Just wash up, get a good look at my face as it is right now, and it's like I guess I really shouldn't be walking around with a shirt anymore. It just feels right. Gonna make sure. So currently, because I don't have a Arnie armor shirt, my Giant's belt is gonna be very visible up front now.
Yeah.
So.
So like a fucking WWE
Yeah,
wrestler.
yeah.
Like,
With the
I'm a barbarian.
I'm a barbarian.
It's got 2 levels in it, but yeah, yes.
technically.
Who said that? Was it you, old lady? I'm not old. I'm a man.
I'm a man.
But yeah, I dig it.
Yep.
Got
my they're not tribal tattoos. I guess they're just Goliaths are born with these markings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've gotten over that.
You were ashamed of your destiny, so you hid your torso.
Yeah. So, now, look at me now.
Look at me
I
now, Dad.
reversed all those destiny things.
I killed everybody. Ain't no one more fucking on top.
Yep.
So,
And on over.
there's a lot of looks. Most of the people don't understand what's going on, but most of the soldiers who've been talking, understand what's going on. Because, Zerger's also about to go through with this shit.
Yeah.
Yours is clearly going to go first, because yours is very easy. You go out to the courtyard, zapped up. You already find Zerger sitting there, going over everything with Naslin. You guys walk in. Oh, Mac! Sorry. Korvac! Are you with them, by the way?
Mhm.
This is, well, let's put it frankly. I've been doing the math. And on your healing ability.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to work really hard to circumvent it. I.e., there will be no turnaround between the surgeries of removing your eye and implanting another eye.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's basically / cut, remove, push in.
Okay.
The good news is this.
Mm-hmm.
The socket, for lack of a better word, was meant for a slightly smaller socket. So your healing ability will actually be able to cave in around that, so it shouldn't be uncomfortable at all.
Alright.
But it should fit nicer than his did. Because then it'll be less bulgy.
Yeah.
It'll look a little bit more natural. But, other than that, I think it's time to get to it, kid.
Okay,
How do you want to do this? We can have you put under via magical means, via medicinal means. We can remove the memories actively. What are we doing? You could live through the pain.
oh god. I don't think I want to go through the pain, but
You can see Zergert's kind of in the background looking at you kind of desperately like, I need to know how he's going to do this.
so yeah.
Thank you for getting food, by the way, Bob.
You're welcome. That'll be $80.
Is there any way?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Can't.
Fuck you for even asking, dude.
Session ends.
So just like.
Is it time?
Yeah.
Don't you ever fucking touch one of my possessions again without asking?
I touch Jimmy all the time.
He's not a possession, he's a free man. Don't show this.
What can you do for pain management as opposed to just wiping
Well,
memory?
all of those things. I just said, we can give you, there's a sort of, well, there's a topical element that we're going to be doing regardless that numbs the effect in the localized region. But we can make a concoction that you imbibe through drinking that will make your whole body feel numb. We can inject something to do that, but that's going to make you a little bit more groggy, and I don't know if that's going to be good with you,
Right.
with your animal instincts and all that.
Would you be able to make me blind in one eye? Or would it have to be both? If that's even a possibility.
If it helps. If it helps, once you don't, with the topical cream, it won't make you feel it. The vision will blur to the point where it'll be almost unrecognizable.
Alright.
It's as close as we're going to get.
Yeah.
But it won't be around for long.
Right.
And it'll be painless at that
I
point.
hope this doesn't sound weird, but I just don't want to miss it. I want to remember it.
So
But I
you want
don't-
to remember, you want to see for as long as you can?
No. That's the thing. Because I imagine the removal of my eye is going to be very jarring when it comes to vision.
Yes.
So probably just keeping it blurred is fine.
Yeah,
I just- yeah.
that'll circumvent most of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's what we'll do.
We'll do that with, would you like to drink a little concoctant that makes your body feel numb as well? So you're not feeling the other sorts of pains, of discomforts of having something shoved into your skull?
Yeah, probably that.
Makes sense as
Yeah.
well.
French is you like, not a boy. Mac, would you like any?
Any what?
He's already actively sipping it. This is good stuff.
You know them.
Sure.
All right.
Max, like, he says that away from Nazlin, just like prepares like a small amount of it. Like, you drink basically, it's something that the Egyptians made. It basically was alcohol plus basically sort of like an ayahuasca sort of. It was just meant to make you like, and it was just like, yeah, we can basically remove skull fragments now, like to relieve pressure in your brain, stuff like that. It was one of the first sort of, so it's one of those like you're uplifted, you're high, you're drunk, you have a body high that's very uplifting and fine, so pain seems sort of irreverent as you have this very positive outer body experience, while also you have a localized anesthetic, so you don't feel the fucking knife slicing in around your eye, cutting in the nerves and the tissues that connect it to the eyeball, and then the forceps that keep the socket open as your body tries to heal around it, and then, you know, the forceps that come in around the eye and grasp the ball, and then remove it as the nerve is still attached, and kind of retina gets pulled out with it, and then has to be severed with some rather sharp scissors. While all of that happens, then almost immediately a surgeon hand provides the ball that is immediately just jabbed into place, hoping that the nerve connects to the input on the processing unit in the eye itself. And you can't see whether that was done successfully or not, but
I can't see shit.
you feel your body sort of fill a void in a way you've never felt before, and it feels a little jarring, but it's comes over time. It's, you ever gone to the dentist and they like cleaned a bit of a tooth so that it felt a different way, or and then you just kind of like there's just a part of like your mouth where you're just like oh that's weird, that's different, that, but like in your eye, like it's just like it's different. It's just gonna be the new. But before that can sort of fully consume the new you, the outside perspective see the same blue light slowly start to creep up as the magic of like, I see what you want me to do and I will start doing it. But almost as soon as that blue fully fills the eye and the lines and the small runes that fill up the eyepiece itself, they they start almost becoming a purple before they become a complete run over of a deep, familiar crimson red
Huh.
that fills in the lines as well as the blood chrysalis aids in the fusion between you and your new tool. It takes a while for the topic to numb in such a way that you can see, but your body seems to be healing into it naturally. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you just drank some of that. By the way, you haven't given me your divination dice rolls for the day.
Yeah, I haven't.
Every day you're going to want to do this, bud. This is the best part of doing it. That's pretty good.
Not 20.
Yeah, fucking champion. Let's see what Crunch has got going on. Oh, yeah. You both sip it, and then this is even before he starts working on you. He just looks and just like realizes what you both did. He's like, it's not just like something for boozing. This is medicinal.
It's pretty good.
Oh, fucking Christ. Go wait in the rain. You go make your way. You guys just sit and sort of like chill out in the study. Mac, how is everything with you?
Excellent. I found my familiar.
And Philip?
Philip, a Seymour.
Do you have a Hoffman?
I just realized what I've done.
You son of a bitch.
I have to go away, get a thing. 1 moment.
Hoffman! Dennis Hoffman!
What? What?
Shut up! What, the world's getting pretty fucky.
Indeed.
How you handling it, champ? You didn't seem to be doing so well last time. You seemed really bent out of shape, and I got worried. That's why we had a talk last night.
I'm pretty good.
The world's starting to fall into place.
The missus has gotten on my ass about making sure you're alright, because apparently you were worried the day I disappeared, and everybody's got questions about what happened, and you're concerned about it because everything else that happened with your father, and it's just... I said the boys got it, right? You're good, right?
Yeah. I say. April's been getting onto my ass about you.
Oh, careful, that's my wife you're fucking talking about, buddy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
She keeps mentioning how she just wishes you'd be able to retire.
Well, this is the last adventure, kiddo. Once this is done, what else do I have left to do?
What happens when the next adventure comes?
You guys got that one. I know I've said it before. I mean it this time. Because for once, there's actually someone that can fill in the shoes. So what have I got to worry about? Castle settles down. I got a perfect spot picked out that's actually outside the current circle. But I've had some generators put up, and there's actually shielded, and it's slowly becoming farming land. We'll put the castle down there, start the farm, maybe library, adventuring academy, something, I don't know. But this is where we retire.
I know what my retirement's gonna be. I'm gonna set sail across the sea and see what's on the other side.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to lead a college, my boy.
Retirement!
Oh,
Mile.
even after that. My friend, greedy businessmen have already talked about sending people over there. In fact, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes, very greedy businessman.
if I'm not mistaken, there's already been ships that have been headed west in hopes of just finding anything. When Mordeketh disclosed the events of the world, people asked questions and just couldn't be silenced. From what I hear, ships have been lost already. It's a dire situation.
I bet it takes a little bit more than just sailing your ship out into the ocean to get to the other side.
Yes, but you can't stop people from having a dream and a desire.
I could have trained the next generation of bards.
And lead a generation of folks, just like Cormac's doing.
I could always generate a simulacrum of myself and have him do all the Mac duties during the day while I go out and explore the world.
You still have to be part of the experience, Mac. Or do you think you think this is a simulacrum? I handle the important stuff.
Not all of the time, though. Because once I get there and I know where I am, I can teleport back and be there, bada bing, bada boom. I don't think the adventure will ever leave me either.
It is leaving me. It takes a while, but I do want that as well. Remember, Mac, when I came here from another world with your father, we didn't.
It's a little creepy.
We
When
didn't.
I came here.
We didn't come from like bad times. We were coming back as champions, gods. We defeated Tiamat. We all had high positions, great jobs. We were coming back as champions of the world. No other evils before us. Set to be gods among men. But instead, we came here. We weren't ready to just all settle down. At that point, we had a little bit more gusto left in us. But at the end of the day, we all, hunger for that point when we all can put the capes up. And that day is coming. My family's deserved it. God knows Quincy and Clavdak. They put in good work for this family.
Jimmy, come on, buddy.
Jimmy.
Seymour.
He's got the thing in his mouth, doesn't he?
He does.
Hey, come on, Jimmy. Come here. Yeah, good boy. He only makes that noise when he's doing this. Jimmy, come here, Bubba.
He wants to play.
Sort of. Jimmy.
He wants to be beautiful.
Yeah, essentially. He wants me to put it on his neck.
You dropped it. You dropped it.
I know.
What do you want to be the final testament of Crunch? What do you want to be your final maybe judgment of the world's not the right word, but your final shockwave into this world. The last thing Crunch does that changes all of Pangier.
I can go to bed knowing it's safe. That those who need a safe place to call home find it. That goodness is found where it is.
I want to be able to. My final act of Mac on this world is I want to not only leave it a better place, but I want to prove once and once for all that good will always triumph over evil. And that there's no point being evil because you're going to lose.
That's not necessarily true. All it takes is for good men to do nothing. Many hide behind reasons, and sometimes it's not their fault, but
I want to be the evidence that to sit still and let things happen is not the right way to do it.
I think we've all learned this lesson. I think that's the greatest lesson Panji has learned so far.
Josh, I need you to roll 3 Constitution saving throws for me.
Death saving throw.
Well, we might find out based on how the last one is.
I do them in order, one at a time then.
53.
That's actually really fucking high. That's 30.
Not good enough, dude. Sorry.
23. And 28.
Jesus. So, you're slowly coming down from your painkillers. And the body appears to have almost operated perfectly. You see that the eye was removed perfectly and is now in a jar that is being sealed. But can I get a perception check from you, please?
I need fresh paper. Because I imagine important information. Perception. This ain't good.
Am I close enough to let my divination magic?
Nah, it's fine. Let it happen.
Is that a nat 1?
No, it's a 6, which makes it 13.
Give me roll again. Just give it advantage.
You want this to be good in that one?
No, you'll see why. As you sort of focus in, because you can see that something is different, but you don't know what. The eye doesn't look like the way it should. You almost start to zoom in on it, and you're like, wait, how is that happening? And then you see that you're kind of seeing it. It's a sort of projection projected into the socket, into your brain, through there, and you can sort of control it. It's Sight 2.0. You can analyze things, target things, tell you statistics, provide you maybe factorial information based off of a small database inside of it. It can project through the divination, like you already know, through most magic, but on top of that, it provides a targeting system that allows you to see higher chances of success via attacking this way or another way, while at the same time seeing oncoming offenses. You now have a +1 to both your AC and any attack you make.
Ooh.
While at the same time having access to that sort of factorial information, and you can scry on pretty much anyone, barring very specific divination blocking. Like I said, they all had things that were like a attunement slot dedicated to not being scried on, to not be found. Simply, typical anti-scry matters can be passed.
Okay. How many times can I do this scrying?
It'll take time to find a limit.
Okay.
But from what you can see, it's because the eye is sort of projecting through the metal and the runes and the glyphs and cuts and lines engraved into it already. It's sort of scrying forward through itself and then projecting that through the socket into you. It basically just takes that and moves it somewhere else. And as long as you have a pretty good notion of where that is, you're able to pierce into that pretty frequently, as this is magic from a time far in the future and long unforetold.
24-hour access to the Basco channel.
The way you described it as actually already doing the projection
Mm-hmm.
means I'm technically already actively scrying while it's
in front of you.
So if I were to theoretically enter into an area where that scrying would be stopped somehow, would I effectively lose the effects of it?
No, because it's still your eye.
Okay.
It's powerful.
Okay.
It needs to be that powerful because it needs to be your eye. That's why so many redundancies were put in place. It's a super soldier after all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you me. You just got a fucking badass super eye.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm just making sure I write everything down because flavor text is important. Because flavor text isn't necessarily always just flavor text. Alright.
Scry on Brian.
Why?
Brian or Brian?
You just see him like smoking a cigarette.
So I'm still on the table, yeah?
on the table.
On the table? No.
No, you're. This is post recovery.
Hmm.
You're being walked out to the gang.
Okay, well, before I walk onto the game past death threshold, I try to scry on Mac to see how it feels.
Make a wisdom save throw.
Use my divination die on that.
He's trying to succeed?
16.
Even with the divination die, that's funny. Gorvak,
Yeah.
this is different. You've heard of scrying. You're supposed to have an out-of-body experience. However, because it's simply one eye that's been projecting, projections change from that one eye. In one eye, you kind of see the back of Mac's head sitting across from Gorvak. I'm sorry, from
Cringe.
what you assume is Cringe. Typically, it's hard to tell,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know, it's what room they're in. You know, they left, and you know, yeah, that's a big ass silhouette.
Mm.
But on the right, you still have your normal vision, and you're able to walk. It's weird. It's jarring. You're still like, huh? All right, hold on, you know. But like, you're like, this is how he was able to make so many amazing shots because he knows who's about to peek a corner,
Mm-hmm.
what advantages he's about to have, who's sitting where, even if he can't see them. And now, you can also do that and that at the same time. Scry and see.
That is actually an insane ability for a sniper. Because bullets, while fast, you can still be faster.
Yeah.
Prediction is pretty good.
Yeah. And seeing who's about to peek,
Yeah.
you can shoot before they peek.
Yeah. Bullet will be there to meet them the second they get there.
That's how he was hitting you guys so effectively.
Yeah.
He had advantage.
So +1 on attack, +1 on AC.
So that's even better now for your getting ready. That's why you were like, should I get rid of it? I don't know. Well, my AC will be the same. And it's like, you fool. It'll even be better soon.
All the better to see you with.
And I love how you're like, I'm going to be a monster. And I'm like, I'm still going to give you +1 to attack. That's how fucking shitty things are about to be.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. And you're level 20 now, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Korvac.
You see him walk in, same Korvac that you've ever known, but sort of filling in a sort of socket, kind of almost immediately under the brow, is a sort of silver metallic with, occasional line of runes, carved line of runes, and then where it was glowing in magical iridescent blue with the Future Man, with him it's going that crimson red that you know of the Blood Chrysalis.
How's your new eye doing?
It's great. I tested it. I could see you through the wall is not the proper term, but I did it. I scried on
Yes.
you. And I mean, that's got to be some feat in itself, especially since you have this.
Cringe looks at, and especially in this house.
Yeah.
That's a good gift to have on you, Korvac. And then you hear in the back of your brain, I helped with a little bit of the nerves connecting here and there. Korvac, I think you made a splendid decision.
I'm glad to hear it. How about while we're waiting for a good friend's surgery to be done, we can have our conversation soon.
What would you? How about now?
Exactly. Now is fine.
But not soon. Now, my
Now.
friend.
Now, I know I just got out of surgery, guys, but
This is happening instantaneously
Yeah.
in your brain.
right.
You immediately find yourself having an out-of-body experience, kind of sitting
I forgot he could do that.
in a sort of
I forgot he could do that.
lounge chair in front of a fireplace right across from him, in his weird blood angel, flayed skin, peeled back teeth,
Yeah.
9-foot tall weird form. What is your concern, friend?
I mean, concerns right now. I just time is not moving right now.
No. Me and you are having a chat in your own head. They needn't interfere with that.
I know we've had this before. I'm pretty sure.
Your synapses fire a lot faster than you and I can talk. So let's handle it at this level. On the blood-on-blood contact level.
This is an incredibly useful ability you've shown me.
Several times.
Several times. It just now hit me. That's all.
By the way, I would have had you slit your wrist. I would have replenished your blood as well. A mist would have covered the battlefield, and you would have been able to see him through a sort of echolocation similar to bats.
Right.
I'm always ready and prepared to help you.
Yeah.
I'm you. I see through your eyes.
Oh.
I knew you handled it, though.
Yeah.
I know you need not my help,
It's.
but I'm always ready and prepared to help you in some way.
Then you should know what. It's just a little bit of a flaw. I'd like to handle things myself as much as possible. I must obviously have an issue asking for help.
It's a desire in you to do good that attracted us to you.
Hmm.
But at the same time, remember, a champion is a champion of something. And that something, collectively, is bigger than one man, always. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
There are things bigger than us. I am merely just a fond of the power of this magic as a whole. Imagine if a collective were to do it.
Exactly. There's probably going to be more of my kind soon enough.
I heard.
My brother, sister, whichever it's going to be, but also
I can
werewolves.
tell you if you want.
You can.
Yes.
On one hand, it doesn't terribly matter, but on the other hand,
I mean, you know your mother wants to know.
if she does, yes. Yeah.
She said she did.
She
you
does.
know.
She does. All right, tell me.
You're going to have a little brother, Korvac.
So she had a sense about it already.
Those shamans were pretty darn close.
Yeah. A little
But
brother.
nothing's accurate until a little further along the line.
Mm.
But they were right.
What do you think about him? What's going to happen to him?
If I were to take a best guess, he's not going to be able to control himself on the full moons. All of them. Wolf pups have some label of control. They know how to walk. They know how to snarl and run around and be pups. while babies waddle on their backs. I believe on full moons, that baby boy will be quite a handful.
Uh-huh. He said always. He'll never grow out of it.
Well, what was your first memory? Do you remember when you were 3 months old?
Yeah.
Eventually, when he forms himself as a person,
Yeah.
eventually he'll form a defense. As all of the other sentient adults do, I hope. If I were to guess, it probably would be kind of sentience and object permanence grasping. Maybe prepubescence? I hope it doesn't, I pray tell, a boy going through such trouble. Sounds rather rough, but he'll have his big brother to help him with that. But if I were to take a guess, 6 or 7.
Okay.
Maybe younger, hopefully younger.
Kind of got interrupted when I was speaking with my mother about the extension of the wolf pack, as it were. If I had all plans on it, I'd probably limit it to the council and maybe the hunting group. But I imagine there will be slips.
There always is.
Mm.
Nothing's perfect.
Right.
And like rain, that is how life is spread.
Right.
You will never keep a bloodline pure.
That's true.
But I like the concept. Just make sure there's not a class divide.
Yeah.
Elders and hunting party. That's a very clear line for there to be 2 distinct bits of werewolves. Those that use it for their immortality and life progression and enhancements in the blood magic with the shamans, and those who use it for primal hunting nature. Don't let your people divide amongst yourselves.
That's something I didn't consider.
These are the things a lord of not just man, but race, beast, kin, clan.
Mm. I hate to bring up Harry in every time we talk, almost it feels like, but you've told me that he's much like us in one regard.
Your relatives. Far, far, far relatives. The most distant of cousins. That could be distant of cousins. But the bloodline still exists. And thus, a lot of the same magic that pumps through your veins, that primal blood potential, pumps in him. Not as the same vigor, but some. However, unlike you, an untapped potential. His was already persuaded another way. Inside him is the vessel for something that I'm sure and I hope he has control of at this point. But there's no room for a werewolf or something like that.
Oh, I understand. I'm just, I just wanted to. Well, maybe next time we see him, if he, with this new eye, maybe we can find out if it's more of a blessing or a curse at this point. Because he did go through a lot.
Trust me, my friend, this will be a blessing.
Good to hear.
And also I love the freedom you've given yourself for once. You're
Oh.
a prime specimen.
Yeah,
Take pride in that.
I do now.
Good. Well, say hello to your friends. And then you go back to being in time and you open the door. Then your eye immediately scans. Cringe, head of the Cringe Foundation.
Oh, shit.
Mac Fleetwood. Father recently came back into existence. About to be fucking.
Is this blinding in that eye? Like, was it obscure my vision, or is it just like I know?
It's sort of like something coming off in the back head and just kind of like leaking in. It's a lot to take in at first, but you get the sense you can turn it off if you want to.
Oh, okay.
That's useful.
Well, you don't know.
You don't know what's going on yet.
Well,
Just-
I'm
I'm
sorry,
just-
that's OOC. Like, that's
Just
useful.
let him know first time. He'll be back soon.
That is useful. Can I try to hone in on a knowledge? Can I, like...
Be specific.
I'm gonna say, can I look if Mac has any immediate siblings?
You kind of go and scan and it's just like... Nothing.
Okay.
You get no...
Well, it's not something it knew then. If
Nope.
or it's just not something that is.
I mean,
Most likely that.
you get a pretty much recap of everything you know at that point.
Yeah. Okay. This is help my history checks.
Maybe.
Maybe.
This is something that you,
Yeah.
as a player, will have to ask about.
Mm.
Well, with my eye, does it help?
Oh.
Bing bong.
Looking handsome.
Thank you. So it looks, it's a good match.
You do look good in crimson.
Hmm.
And white. Well, you know, your skin tone and
Yeah.
pale.
Pale, gray. I get it. Close to white.
With that, is that helping with the combat and the not armor and the...
Oh yes. So it gives me knowledge of what I need to do in combat, as far as I can tell. It'll help me defend myself for sure, and maybe strike truer.
Good. Good. Is there anything else for you?
I can see anything either I knew or it knew when I look at somebody,
Your mouth.
somebody or something.
It's closed.
So basic information. When I'm looking at Cringe, is a lot of it still unknown to the machine, or is it because I know it? It also knows.
Make an insight check.
Oh, that's pretty fucking good. Yeah. 26.
A bit of both. You can see that there's a small, weird pool of collective data
Mm-hmm.
that comes from a sort of collective that it gets from just sort of background recording of the everyday life. But on top of that, it's also able to pull from you through your own nerve system into, like, you know, no, we have video footage right here. No, you've seen him before. He's done this.
Mm.
And it takes in that visual, like, information from the memories that you have and sorts of applies it in a text format.
Okay.
Is there anything else we need to cover? Before
Well, I was gonna
oh,
say.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just, so I can. It's certainly gonna help with me remembering things, but I can definitely see everything it would know and I would know about something. It shows me in like a text, which actually, the more I think about it, it's like the book I read,
Mm-hmm.
which
It'll
I-
read for you.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I can't read that well, but
It-
I can understand this.
I imagine it'll take care of that for you, friend.
It might very well do that. Actually, was there a book nearby?
You're in the study.
So let me just grab a book.
Lusty Argonian maid.
Oh fuck, this is too good.
You grab a book and then you just start scanning it, and then like the eye, it sort of has that sort of like hyper focused camera that starts scanning words. To you, it's nothing, but before you know it, it's like a text that you can just understand inherently, and it just explains to you the concept of the book, and it's a sort of a how-to guide on sort of contraption, tinkering, arcanist. What was Rixel? What was his class?
Artificer.
Artificer. A little bit of that sort of,
Alchemy. That kind of thing.
not alchemy
But-
specifically, but artificer. Sort of constructing through magical power and prowess and connecting that with sort of mechanical nature in some way, be it, device, button. And it's just sort of a base how-to guide for that sort of thing. But you pick that all up relatively easily.
So I can understand all of this.
Wow.
That's amazing. I don't have to spend all that time trying to learn. I only knew this is
You already have.
well, true for one language. This was written in Common, I imagine. I didn't study this, so this opens up a lot for me.
Maybe even more than we know now. But next, everybody looks over to see Zergert. I think someone else has to make the plunge.
Yeah.
And on that, we'll cut it until next week.
Okay.
Yes.
Any thoughts? Any last moment thoughts before we call it?
This trigger to activate this information is just internal. Most triggers from magic items require a verbal command.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Read.
Read. I was gonna say hello world, which is the same thing Rick still used for something.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Well, it's its own internal thing.
Okay.
Any other last minute thoughts before we call it?
No, that's it. I finally hit 20 AC standing.
And you got shield in the backup.
In the backup, and my Warwick, I keep saying Warwick, werewolf form, which is another bump while I'm in that form.
Which brings you up to
I think it's just +1. Let me double verify.
double verify.
Quadruple verify.
He's checking.
Have you triple checked that you're sure?
It's 1 AC thus far that I know.
Yeah.
So 21.
You have a lot of plus ones.
I do have a lot of +1s.
Well, until next time, folks. Happy 420. Have a good night. Have a safe night. Toodaloo.
Ciao.
Good night, guys.
Leave cookies and milk under the Christmas bong.
For
Snoop Dogg.